Welcome to our reality, everyone. I don't know why you're here, but I am glad you are because today we're going to be talking about even more Big Brother 27. There are 4 house guests remaining in the Big Brother house as of today, and we are just a mere 5 days away from the finale. And I know if you're counting the amount of house guests that are not black and white, it is 5 right there, but that's because you technically haven't been spoiled yet on the what the final 4 officially is. So we'll get there. But if you are here, welcome. We are live on YouTube. What are the things I usually say? Oh yeah, we had a double eviction. We had an extra eviction. We have a veto that's currently underway on the live feeds. The final 4 veto, the most important veto of the entire season, and in fact, the final veto of the entire season. So maybe we'll have a winner of that. We'll be able to talk about final 3 by the end of this show. But regardless, we are talking about anything and everything from the past week, which was a hectic week and like weirdly just a lot of people sitting around, but more exciting than I think typically the end game of Big Brother is. So I'm very excited to talk about that with everyone. And I said we're live, so the chat is open. If you are here with us, feel free to hop in the chat. I already see resident pharmacist Brett Bailey is in the chat. Oh my gosh. But I also see Jameson, Joseph, welcome. Feel free, any questions, any comments, concerns, talk away. But we'll go ahead.
StreamYard.
Oh yeah. Wait, what?
You look, StreamYard's in the chat.
StreamYard's here with us too. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, StreamYard. But okay. Moving on from there, this is probably a good time to plug that I probably will have timestamps if you're watching after the fact. If you want to jump around, we will be covering preseason interviews as well, going back to look at the Mike Bloom interviews of all of these house guests. And it'll be a great time. So we'll move on. My name is Barrett. If you're joining us for the very first time, joining me as always is my esteemed Big Brother colleagues, the Nick City and the Zach Perez. And Nick, I'm going to come to you first. We had a week where, like I said, 3 house guests are now out of the game. We have 4 house guests remaining without exactly spoiling the most recent house guest to leave the game. How are you feeling just a mere few days away from the finale in this game finally being over?
Finally, it was exactly the word I was about to use to describe how I feel, because I'm finally glad that this thing is over. I feel like this season has been going on for like 20,000 years, but like that's really not even the case because it's kind of shorter than typical seasons. But with that being said, I am kind of looking, pretty hopeful because Morgad is looking really good right now. And I'm very excited about that. I feel like if this season could have as crazy of a winner as Morgan, I want it. I think that this season has been a wild ride, as we all know. But since Rachel's been out of the house, I feel like it's kind of gone really downhill. But Morgan has been one of the things this season that I've enjoyed watching, and I say that as in like the whole like cheat mans, all of it. That's kept me watching the last half of this season. If I'm being so for real. So I want Morgan to win, and I think she deserves to win. And it's looking kind of nice for her. So I don't know. I guess hopeful is how I'm feeling right now as well, because I don't think anyone else really has much of a chance as her. I feel like it's like Morgan and then like the rest of the house. So
Wait, so
I don't know.
Keanu doesn't have a chance?
Shut up.
I don't think so. Nope.
Yeah.
So,
I still believe in Keanu. Okay.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Is he gonna be your winner pick today?
He might be. We'll see. Yeah, we do it
crazy.
Yeah, that's another thing that we have to talk about. The winner picks and the bracketology. We get to wrap all of that up. All right, Zach, I'm going to come to you next. Same question, really. How are you feeling just a few days from the finale with the 4 remaining house guests, or 5, if we want to pretend?
I mean, quite honestly, like, I feel like this is the most unexcited that I've been for a finale. Like, as once Rachel, all that thing with Rachel happened, it was just I would watch, or before watching every episode live. I did not care. I would have it on the background. I would watch it live every single time. But as soon as that happened, it's just like, well, I guess I can watch it the day before we podcast and just do that.
Wow.
And like, I catch clips. Like, Vorgan is honestly what's powering me through. And this is nothing against Morgan or Ashley. Like, even Keanu to a degree. Like, I don't really care about the other person, so neither here nor there. But um, it just sucks that this twist happened. Like, looking at a better world, what could have happened, what should have happened. It's just unfortunate, and Vorgan is what is driving this home. Honestly, the peak of the whole week was the pillow fort, and I don't think you can beat it. That's probably the peak of the season post Rachel.
Yeah, the pillow fort that broke down as of last night. So no
Crashing
more.
down.
They were face to face, faces on the same side of the bed. But yeah, here we are, everybody. 5 days away from the finale. Like Zach and Nick were just saying, it's looking like Morgan has the best chance at this point to win this game. Obviously, if you watched our scenarios podcast last week, that was very much the case. Morgan pretty much in every scenario in the final two wins the game. Actually, in every scenario in the final two won the game. And that is still very much the case because she has only gained more power. She has now gotten rid of Lauren since the last time that we talked, which is even more for her resume, considering it was
The
Vince's
bane of her
HOH that she,
existence.
or not Vince's HOH that time, but she got Vince to put Lauren up at the very least, and then on her own HOH got Lauren out of the house. So we need to catch up on all of that though, because as you can see, Kelly and Lauren out of this game. We need to talk about the double eviction. Actually, before we talk about the double eviction, I feel like we should talk about Zingbot since that was the day before the double eviction. And one thing that I did remember just talking about our scenarios last week, I was listening back to that podcast and we brought up a lot like Rachel is going to convince this person and Rachel is going to convince this person. And I feel like we had a little bit too much belief in Rachel's sway because if there's anything this season that has happened consistently, it is that nobody wants to listen to Rachel. It's literally the first thing she said to Julie in her interview. So I did want to ask that question as I searched for Zing. Oh, I found Zingbot actually. But like, or you think we're overconfident in Rachel's ability to sway the jury, or do you think like Rachel being the first juror and then house guests that follow maybe being like maybe Rachel was right? I'm not going to say which house guests those are exactly, but the house guests leaving then saying like maybe Rachel was more. I should have been more aligned with Rachel in this thought process than I actually was. Do you think that's going to be the case? I just wanted to ask you all that since I couldn't, listening to the podcast after we did it, and I should have.
Yeah, I definitely think that's the case, especially for Lauren. Like, I feel like Lauren is just looking like a fool right now. It's not against her. Like, it's literally what Rachel said was going to happen to her. Like, then why are you letting this unemployed man dictate your game?
I was just rewatching
And
that clip recently and I was like, wow, she literally like this is great foreshadowing. Like if this was a book,
yeah,
like Rachel basically told her what was gonna happen to her face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rachel has seen the show, and seen the characters and seen the archetypes. She understands. She saw what was going on. And I wonder how people will respond postseason about all of that. But I felt it needed to be mentioned because there was like time after time again on those scenarios where we were like, and Rachel will probably do this and that in the jury, which I mean, they could very well not listen to Rachel again and vote their own way. Then again, the scenarios that we have playing out from here on out probably won't matter that much anyway. Anyway, here's Vince's zing. Before. Oh wait, no, that's later. Here's Vince's zing.
Vince, you're a 34-year-old crybaby who's unemployed and lives with his mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
I'd zing you, but life beat me to it.
No notes.
That was really good.
No notes for that one. Yeah, clocked Vince as Zingbot should have, and that wasn't the end of it, of course, because Zingbot zing for Morgan, which caused the real drama, probably to present day in the house.
Morgan! when Vince enters the room.
Oh God.
Gives him long, passionate hugs and warm, affectionate cuddles.
A number one.
His girlfriend.
Okay. Let's talk about this one. This was the entire episode for me.
Woof!
So this obviously didn't go over well. We saw like the random, I don't know if it even gets into in this clip. There's like Morgan just immediately, and the way the episode cut it was that Morgan immediately starts like making pizza and it's just like moving on, which is no way that happened. But the fact that she just tried to deny it after this, just, you know, it was amazing in that sense. I hate that this had to happen to Morgan though. Like, I don't know why this zing was directed at Morgan, and I know that's been a big talking point. I don't think Morgan deserved the zing. Just give it to Vince.
Yeah.
Like, Morgan's got other stuff I feel like you could point
They
at,
could have
but
threw it in there with Vince's current one. I feel like, you know,
Yeah.
like the whole like, oh, and you're leaving single. Like, I don't know. I feel like they could have like threw something in there already, and instead, I don't know. I get why they did it, honestly, because like I mean, we've seen how they're editing the whole thing, but I really enjoyed the reactions out of the people in the house because everyone was kind of like, "Oh my God, like this is like real." And because, you know, like they've all been like talking about it amongst each other, but like
Yeah.
having like the confirmation of like Zingbot calling Morgan Vince's girlfriend
yeah,
was like crazy to them. And also, my favorite part of the clip, right, that we don't even see is when Vince is like asking Zingbot for clarification.
oh yeah,
"You're
he's like
talking
he's
about-
responding.
You're talking
Like, my
to you're
girlfriend?
talking about my girlfriend, right? Like not
Like
Morgan."
Zingbot ever responds to a person
Yeah.
after they
like
like,
he calls Morgan's name. Like, what do you? Yes, it's a zing for Morgan. It's not a zing for your girlfriend who's not on the show, Vince. Like, what in the world?
My girlfriend didn't sign the waiver. Why are you talking about her?
I mean, yeah.
You're talking about my girlfriend, right? You're not talking about Morgan.
Why? In what world? Zingbot is already on like a speaker, I feel like, in the house with them. Like, he's not
That's
talking.
what he said.
Zingbot
Wait,
is
you
not
don't
going to be like, yes, I'm actually talking about your, like, what do you mean? He's
Wait, you're saying that the robot doesn't talk?
I mean, the robot's, you know, not, I don't want to ruin the Zingbot facade for you, Zach. The robot's
It's
real,
like finding
and
out
it's a
Santa
it's a
Claus isn't
robot,
real.
and the robot talks. You're right.
Like that
Uh,
creepy
That he did
picture
actually
that-
die, and they did actually bring him back. You know?
Yeah, there's a lot going on for Zingbot in this
He
season.
has a whole like subplot this season. Yeah, it's crazy.
Got a whole
taking a picture
movie.
with Julie, showing his actual face.
Yeah, there was a lot. There was a lot happening between the murder of Zingbot and the resurrection of Zingbot. I don't know exactly how we're putting it.
Yeah.
With
can
James
actually
Gunn
see-
there. and,
Yeah.
You can actually see his face
Okay.
right there a little bit.
The face of Zingbot. Yeah, it's right there.
No,
That's the whole thing.
The vent.
I can't see a face in here
Oh, it looks like
neither.
someone's head.
at all. No, you're just seeing things. You're
Yeah,
just seeing
you're right.
things. Joseph, you're correct. It takes two to tango. Why does she get blamed for being the other woman? A good question. Why does Morgan get
Mhm.
blamed? Because first of all, Zingbot is always a great reflection of casual fans. I think. I mean, in every joke that Zingbot's not going to make a joke for the feedsters. That's you're never going to have that. And so
Yeah.
the response to all of this was valid, I think, from Morgan, from the sense that like, oh no, if Zingbot said it, that means it's been on the show. It means they've already done a segment on us. They've already talked about it. Between that and, you know, showing Keanu's cheating island comment, you know, and the scoffing, also it was just like
My
they had
favorite
to
part
know
the
that all of that
season.
it's crazy. There was a Julie had a comment on this zing
Yeah,
that
she
was
did.
full Julie, and of course my mouse is failing me as I'm gonna go find it. I know I'd like to post from it though. But it was very consistent with how Julie has felt about people in this situation in the past. So the question from Entertainment Weekly was, I love me some Zingbot. Okay. There were some pretty stellar zings this year. Which one was your personal favorite? And then Julie said, I think the zing on Morgan. It was funny and nothing harmful. Okay. I do feel she overreacted, and that was more of a sign of guilt because she knows what's in her heart and it's not completely innocent. What the fuck is that response?
Bro, fuck Julie and her chin.
Weird. I'm sorry. I love Julie, but like I hate when she makes comments like this.
I love Julie,
She
but I
seems
hate when
full
she
of them this
talks.
year. Yeah.
It's not even that. Like I feel like I look past a lot of the stuff Julie does, but like I don't know. Like this is just so like what do you mean she knows it's not innocent? And like what about Vince? Hello, the one with the girlfriend. Morgan is single. Morgan can do whatever the hell she wants to do. Okay? It's Vince. He's the problem.
Yeah.
I want to say something about it. I feel like the irony of her last name and that response is not, or is very ironic.
Oh no, it's completely hypocritical. You take one Google search of Julie Chen Moonves, and you'll find out everything you need to know about her. This is one of this year is probably like you said, Nick. We've overlooked a lot of things with Julie Chen Moonves over the years, like way too many things. And I think I'm done. I think I'm just done with it. Like, I think we need a new host. I'll say it on the podcast. I'm tired of having Julie Chen Moonves on this show. I think it's over. I think there's too many things in her life that I'm uncomfortable with now. I just can't confidently talk about this show with her as the host.
But God is her HOH.
See, that's part of it. That's look at when all of that started. It's really strange. It feels on purpose, and it feels like a grift game. Sorry. I will happily be messy about Julie Chen Moonves on this show every single week from here on out. I need a segment for it, and we can, not changing my mind on this.
Not only that, like what she said about Ashley and Rachel, like she was just saying, I forgot what the article said, but it was saying, Ashley and Rachel, they're getting so personal. Like they're just big bullies and all this stuff. And I'm just like, do you even watch the show? She doesn't, quite honestly. I feel like the way she catches up with the show is by her note cards. Like, okay, this is happening. Though these people are still in the house. Like, come on.
Yeah, her fandom has never felt like, especially lately, has never felt like she's done anything more than the minimum with caring about the show. So I will say she's nothing but consistent though in the past decade.
She is. I don't know. Y'all could say what y'all want about Julie. I don't want her to go nowhere. I like her. I like that she's a robot. I feel like that was always like very unique about her. I love the whole Chenbot stuff because it's like
that's what she
can't do
that's
it.
what she needs, and not saying these
she
horrible
does.
takes.
I know. I agree, Zach.
Yes.
She needs to go back to her Chenbot ways because like when you put Julie next to like Jeff Probst, I friggin' cannot stand Jeff Probst. He annoys the hell out of me. And it's because he's so like, he puts his opinion in there all the time and it's always wrong. And I hate that. And Julie likes to put her opinion in there like occasionally. And when she does, it's always wrong too. And I'm like, stop, go back to just being Julie Chen, the robot, like, and do the host of the competition. Like, I just want her to do that. Cause you're right, Barrett. She's so consistent. Like, she missed what, like one day out of like the whole thing. Remember like they had that guy who hosted Quinn's Eviction.
Jerry
I can't even remember who.
O'Connell,
That's who it was. And he hosted Quinn's Eviction, and that was the only time Julie's ever like banged out of work. Can you imagine that? Like that's crazy.
No, it's
so
wild.
I don't know. I think she's good at what she does. I hate when she like puts her personal stuff on the screen because I don't like it. And I don't want to like know that part of her. I just want you to host Big Brother. That's it.
Like go back to Big Brother 15 Julie. Like that was peak Julie. That's
Julie was good back then, yeah. I do
literally
feel like
calling
it
out
was
Aaron.
around the whole, I feel like All Stars was when it started to like go a little crazy, or like 21 even. But like around that time was when it started to get like, what's going on
yeah,
here?
because So Jackie. So Mickey, you're racist. Thoughts?
What do you think about that? Yeah, and then that's where Julie, I think, has been her best. Like, I think her BB15, her coming out and grilling Aaron Grease
Right.
was her best moment she has ever had, probably, in the
She-
show.
Yeah, like she used to be so good with the exit interviews because she like had the questions nailed. And it's like I don't know obviously if she's just like if they're all on the cue cards or if she comes up like she's good at interviewing, I will say. But I don't know. I don't like when they replace hosts on shows. Like I feel like it kind of like ruins like the vibe of them and then they all start to go like downhill afterwards. Like think about it when they switched up the American Idol judges and they took out like it was like Simon, Paula, and Randy. And once you started getting rid of them and bringing other people in there, people started to get less interested and they like started to tune out. I don't know.
Well,
I just don't, I feel like the hosts are the staple of the show and they need to
yeah.
go up there and be unbiased and do their thing and shut the hell up. So Jeff Probst and Julie Chen, stop giving us your opinions. We don't want them because they're not good.
Well, one could argue Paula Abdul probably was the outlier on that judge panel.
I don't even remember that. That's just something that came up on the top of my head. Music Bites is right. Love Island, it worked, okay, but Love Island has had like 3 different hosts. I feel like because they keep switching networks, so they're a little mess, but it works, okay.
Sorry, I noticed only after one of our podcasts that every time I pop up the chat, Zach like forms himself around it. Like, and I wanted to see if he did it again, and it got me. Completely right. I also agree from the. I know I'm not the biggest Survivor fan. I do think that Jeff Probst is way more passionate about Survivor. Obviously, he has to be in the thick of it all the time, and is an executive producer at this point, right? Or has always been. So like I don't know. He has a stake in the show. It feels like way more than Julie Chen Moonves.
Is the Amazing
Guys.
Race guy is pretty unbiased?
I think Phil is a good host.
He doesn't do like he doesn't do a crazy amount. It doesn't feel like.
I mean,
so.
he's just like, you're the first team to arrive. You're the second
Yeah.
team to arrive.
Yeah, that's
He's
like
that's all he
the
does.
he's just like the nice, empathetic guy who would be like,
yeah.
"You lost.
This is
I
your
can't- I'm
journey."
so sorry." Which I think Phil is exactly what that show needs. Anyway,
Imagine Julie doing that, like, just try to make the most out of it and everything like that.
I don't know. Instead, we get like.
So you just lost. Thoughts?
Well, speaking of Kelly and Lauren, which we'll get to, like I felt like their interviews were 2 of the most awkward things that could have happened back to back in a double eviction for Julie to be the
Yeah.
person interviewing them, especially. Like there was just nothing going on the entire time with those interviews. Thankfully, the audience was like, for some reason, laughing at Kelly's jokes every chance they got. Don't know why, but
Well, because
like,
Kelly was a whole different person. Like, I didn't know that girl.
Kelly had a good episode with her exit, I will say. Not her interview, but
Fortunately.
I did want to point out, like, just by comparison, Taylor Hale said this. I've had enough. Vince is a loser for what he's doing with a whole girlfriend of 7 years at home and acting like his behavior is fine. Morgan will have my infinite respect if she gets to Final 2. Says he's weird for that and that she used his weakness as her weapon the whole time. She'd be my favorite female winner of all time. Don't think Morgan is going to do that, but I love this sentiment in response to how Vince is playing the game much better than how Julie probably views Vincent Morgan or clearly views it. But just wanted to point that out. I know a lot of people would push for Taylor Hale as a host. I'm not going that far, but I just wanted to point out Julie Chen, who will continue to be the host of the show, I am assuming for a good amount of time. I have to verbally say I'm done with it.
Even though I love Taylor, I feel like a outside host has to come in or someone not an alum do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it needs to be a little unbiased, you know? Like, I kind of like that Julie doesn't watch the show. Like you guys are saying it's kind of a problem, but then it also works when it's like Arissa, like on Big Brother Canada, she was
That's
a
who
fan of the
she- that's-
show.
that's
And
who
she
she
was really
watched.
good at her job, actually. But, like, you know, so it depends. It really does. But I think you want somebody that if they are a fan, someone that is in touch with the fans. And like, because Jeff Probst, I feel like thinks he knows what the fans want, and he'll be like, we're giving the fans what they want, and we're like, this is not what we want at all, actually.
You
And
want
like,
Kobe
I hate when
Donaldson?
we
We'll
have
give you
that.
him.
Right, exactly, like stuff like that. It's like, I don't like, and I feel like if you want to have a like, I don't think Taylor would obviously be out of touch with the fans, but
No.
I would prefer just somebody who is just very like unbiased, but
Yeah.
like
And
knows
and
their
plus-
stuff to an
Yeah,
extent.
I would not like, especially whenever it happens, like I just want her to be protected, because if she were to do it, like all the casuals would just be so mad and probably call it out every single time.
Oh,
like,
100%.
and I'm just like, why?
And I
Yeah.
think Taylor does a fabulous job on
Yeah,
Unlocked. Like,
I
I
do too.
really do. I think she, like, the way she hosts it and everything, she definitely has that, like, in her. I agree, Music Bites. They should just let Roxy host. Like, that
They
would
should
be
just bring-
perfect.
They should bring Arissa. I don't think I don't know what she's up to, but ever since she was like, Sydney, you can and you will, and it's just like, iconic.
Yeah, Roxy's actually been doing test screenings for the entire season so far. That's
why
where
she's
she's
not
been.
here.
Hate to break it to
Yeah.
you. So Julie, you better get ready. Hope you're ready to be the next unemployed person from Big Brother. I don't know. Okay. So we had Zingbot show up. The other Zings were kind of what we talked about last week. I don't have all of the clips of the Zings. I really only wanted to talk about Morgan's, but Keanu's was just about him being smelly, which I really loved his moment after they all freaked out about the Zing. And Morgan was like, it's not even like we're touching. Like, I'm literally like, when we're cuddling, it's not even like we're cuddling, that whole thing. We're in separate blankets, which is what that was a whole shit show after Zingbot left.
Blankets.
But Keanu had that moment right before they went to commercial break where he's like, I don't actually smell though, right? They were like, no. Even though Vince is fully on feeds, been like, yeah, Keanu smells. Or at least I remember it when Keanu climbed into his bed at 4 a.m. to talk about strategy.
And put dirt all over his bed.
Yeah. And then Ava's was about her wearing her style, her hippie style. Ashley's was kind of mean. It kind of reminded me of Angela's last year. That was like kind of like showing that fans just don't care about them and don't think they can win. Which I think is a little rude to do to somebody. And when they're still trying to convince people that when like their jury votes could be just standing around them, I feel like that was a little rude. But and not entirely true even, but that the show is definitely presenting her as a forgettable kind of person. And then Lauren's was that she was boring. Kelly's was that she was creepy and made people uncomfortable. So
that is, I feel like that one is probably like the worst one. I feel like that would hurt my soul to be called
yeah,
creepy.
that would be
Well,
way
like-
worse than being forgettable.
Well, apparently, like she's self-aware, and so like I think that she knows that she's creepy.
Well, at least irritating. That was what her entire interview with Julie was
So,
about.
I know I'm irritating. And then what's it called? Julie's like, "Was that a strategy?" She's like, "No."
Yeah, we knew. We knew it wasn't a strategy, Kelly. But yeah, that was Zingbot. Anyway, we had the Zingbot HOH competition, which I'm not gonna really pull up. It was the entire movie with the mastermind having a duel with Zingbot and like a Western set, and Zingbot dying, and then they had to memorize a bunch of things from that competition. And from that, Vince ended up becoming the newest HOH. I feel like he did like that break dancing thing right after that. Was that true? Where he was just like sliding across the floor? Do y'all remember that? When that happened?
Are you confusing him with Jag?
No, this happened this year and not 2 years ago. Oh, one thing I do want to point out real quick. The fact that they like right after that Morgan Zing had a graphic that was like, which Zing did you find to be the best? Scan this QR code.
I thought that was so shady. 'Cause
Yeah,
noticed
like I mean,
that
this is
too.
literally on this is when it popped up, was just on Morgan's realization of the fact that everyone in America views her as Vince's girlfriend, which is one, not true, and two, just like they plan this all out. How do we get people to go to CBS.com? We give them the best zing possible at the expense of Morgan for some reason. It was a good zing. Just didn't feel like it was for the right person.
She won for best thing too. She did win that vote.
Yes, as she should have. At least give her an award for being uncomfortable. This moment too, I forgot, was when
I mean, she ate with that, like
yeah, when Vincent, just the extended conversations about Lauren going on the block after the veto was used, when Morgan just wiped away the fog from the glass and said, at one point, you were okay with that decision. Loved it. Loved all of it. And then, of course, the argument that like Lauren and Kelly were overhearing while playing chess. We didn't really talk about that either. All great moments from this past week, I thought. But let's go ahead and go to the double eviction, because we were left with, before the double eviction, Vince's HOH, Keanu, Kelly, and Lauren on the block, going into the blockbuster, which after watching Julie do the blockbuster, I thought, oh, Keanu's got this. I said as much in our Discord chat. Went as far as to say Lauren is toast, because if Keanu won that blockbuster, Lauren was going to be going out of the house immediately. And little did I know, Lauren was going to not only win that blockbuster, but like annihilate everyone in the blockbuster, take herself from the eviction block. And then we had a 2-2 vote, which ended in Vince breaking the tie to send Kelly out of the house instead of Keanu. All of that, not very surprising. I loved that it was a tie vote, that Vince had to stand up and vote Kelly out. That is exactly what should have happened. Everyone voted correctly in this case, even if they didn't all intend to just make Vince suffer because of it. But Kelly was out of the house. Let's watch that vote real quick and then talk about Kelly's like best moment of the season on her way out of the house.
I vote to evict Kelly.
Yeah. It's official. Kelly, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
Yeah. And I had a final 2. Vince, Adrian, and I had a final 3. And Vince, Adrian, and Riley and I had a final 4. And he's now had a hand in getting each and every one of us out. He will, for the rest of the game, do what Morgan wants. I love you so much.
That's the immediate turn to hugging Morgan after saying he will do whatever Morgan wants. I love you so much.
What Morgan wants. I love you so much. Can you have a great rest of the game? I'm so sorry.
Anyway, what did y'all think of Kelly's exit? Oh my gosh, Kelly's exit.
Well, we know she's voting.
That is true. We do know where Kelly is voting. Because we were a little conflicted on that last week when we went through those scenarios, but we know Kelly ain't voting for Vince. I don't know. I thought it was like iconic at first. Not iconic. Let me not even use that word to describe something Kelly did. I thought it was cool at first, okay? And then afterwards, I was kind of like, none of that really did or does anything. I mean, the whole Vince Morgan thing, sure. You had an alliance with Adrian. Adrian's been out of the house for like 40 friggin' days.
Adrian and Riley are shaking right now at home.
Literally, like that did not, like everything she said was like nothing. Like it was just a bunch of nothing. I actually heard it, and I think it was one of our Haps things. Taryn was like, Kelly did not say anything that happened before August 1st in all of that she outed on her way out the door, other than Vorgan or
point.
Like them. And it's true. Everything she said is invalid in the game. Kelly volunteered to go on the block 100 times this season. 100 times. And most of those times were when Vince was HOH. So Kelly has no one to blame but herself for everything that she experienced this season. I have no type of sympathy for her. I really don't appreciate how she played the game. And I stand on everything I said all season. I still don't like her. I know everyone afterwards was like, oh my God, like, where was she this whole season with that exit interview? I thought it was corny, honestly. she's not my cup of tea. She really is not my cup of tea. And
I've learned that over the
yeah,
past
and like that's just
75
how
days.
it's gonna be, honestly. Like I
Because she's
I
a
don't know.
woman.
No, Zachary, that's not why.
No, I'm the same way where it's like, yeah, you said a few things on your way out, but also it's like,
She had all season to do that. She
Yeah.
literally could have outed that at any point. At any point in the game, you could have said, hey, Vince is the snake because me, him, and Adrian had an alliance. And then we also had one with Riley. And she had so much time to say any of this. And she didn't. Stop it, Joseph. That is not it. I mean, I am a little bitter about it because that was my first reaction. I'm not gonna lie. It was Kelly
Well, she
outlasted
didn't-
Rachel.
she didn't beat Rachel. The wheel beat Rachel.
The wheel.
okay?
Everyone's
True.
voting for the wheel on
No,
Sunday.
wait. Production beat Rachel. Okay.
Finally, it took them 14 years.
Yeah, but
Anyways, that's
yeah,
my
I-
opinion. She could have said any of that 60 plus days ago, and she didn't.
You're right.
Yeah, she was like NPC. Like people, I remember in 24, people are like, Turner just looks like a microphone or a holder or a
Stagehand,
boom, yeah, stagehand that just ended up on the show. That is Kelly. Kelly just wandered. I feel like Kelly just wandered onto the set and was just here.
Yeah, I've never seen a house guest stay so long and just be treated like a nuisance at every single turn. And someone who could like also win competitions and get so close to win HOHs, and at every turn people still just refuse to work with her because she didn't know the game. She didn't know the game at all coming into it. She clearly just watched. What is her TikTok username? It's like weirdly apt to her Tucker love, isn't it?
Oh, it's yeah,
Tuck
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 69.
Yeah,
Something
it's
like
like
that,
crazy.
yeah.
Like I remember, talking about preseason interviews. We're gonna look at those later, but I remember on the cast assessment that didn't live, that we did. I remember being like, "What is Kelly's purpose here?" Because she very clearly did not know the game, did not even think she was gonna be confident in competitions or socializing or anything. And it's just like, how does she end up on the show? And I gotta say, I never really learned it until maybe this exit, like maybe her like Vince arc with like being his final two and then like being someone that yells at him on the way out is her arc. But like, was it? It wasn't really. Nevertheless, I enjoyed her exit more than both of you, apparently, because I love just anyone yelling at Vince or anyone just telling Vince, you're not going to win this game. You're like, nobody's going to vote. I just love those reminders for him. And so that's what I loved about her exit.
I
mean,
like
yeah.
that.
But
Yeah,
yes,
like
the
the-
information, not useful for anybody, considering it's like,
No.
if nothing else, they already kind of knew that probably, because like they all know Vince is a weasel. They all know Vince is a snake. They all know he's probably made final twos with everyone. Like,
Well, apparently Keanu, even with that reminder, he still forgot.
Oh
Yes,
my god,
yeah.
I know. Like, oh, we
Yeah,
will
we'll
get
get
into
there.
Keanu, but like,
No,
I don't know. I am glad that Kelly did bring up the whole like he'll do whatever Morgan wants, and it's the truth. Like he literally said it to her too. I was watching feeds like right after this episode, and the two of them were like sitting on like the backyard like chairs together, Morgan and Vince. And Vince had said to her, whatever you want is what I'm doing for the rest of this game. And I was like, Kelly literally said that in front of the entire house. And you were all like, now. And now here you are telling Morgan, whatever you want is what I'm going to do for the rest of the game. He's so annoying. Oh my God.
yeah, we have been forced, unfortunately, well, not forced, but we have by choice been watching
Forced.
a bunch of people who, for some reason, do not want to listen to anybody or anything or notice anything that is happening in front of their eyes for months on end, whether it's Kelly not ever playing the game in any fashion, whether it's Keanu not wanting to listen to anybody but himself and what he wants or what Vince wants, at every turn for no reason. You have Lauren, who refuses to like ever talk to anybody. You have who am I forgetting at this? I almost need to go back. You have Ava, who's been sleeping for a month and a half and randomly will make like on was it Wednesday's episode, I guess, for the nominations, where she's just like, you put me on the block, you're gonna regret that. You're gonna regret putting me on the block in the nomination ceremony, and then like storming out of the house. And even though she didn't say a word for like the entire week, like it's just, is there this disconnect between what they think is like being shown on TV versus what actually, like, do they know? I know there's been the big conversation between like all of them, like, oh, there's her TV moment. That's going to make the episode. This is going to make the episode. And it's just infiltrated the entire psyche of the house. It seems like all season, to where they just want to be like clip farming the entire time, and rehearse their speeches for the episode and get in their fights. But it's just like that. It's like they're doing all of that, but never doing anything to back it up. It's if everyone was blue, it's pretty much. I know we've referenced blue a couple of times already in the past few weeks. It's just if everybody was blue this season.
Yeah.
Players these good? They had to get him out eventually.
Yeah.
It's just that in different forms. And so
It is. I like that point, because that is how it feels. And it's like, I even like remember like feeling like this in week 1 with like Jimmy. And like Jimmy was like, the only thing fake about me are these glasses. And he said it to everyone in the house like 20 times before he actually said it to Keanu. And it was like, oh my God, are we going to sit here and rehearse lines like we're on an actual show? You're on a reality show, dude. Like, just go out there and say what the hell you got to say and get it over with. Like, it's just so rehearsed and like unauthentic to me this year. And like stuff like that, like Ava, it's like what are you... What do you mean you're going to regret putting you on the block? Ava, you haven't won anything. I'm sorry, but like,
she won
literally, you won...
She won White Locust and then chose Vince to go first. That is, and she got Zach out, but then cried about getting Zach out, and then won the White Locust.
Do that. It wasn't her.
I didn't even want to put you on the block.
HOH competition by not answering anything too, if we remember correctly. So she really didn't win anything. If
not a casual take on Ava.
I'm sorry, but it's the truth. What did Vince, right? Because Vince was the last HOH. Yeah, what did Vince regret about putting Ava on the block last week?
He didn't.
Exactly.
He's never regretted any of his nominations, because no one ever wants to.
Exactly. And that's the thing. It's like, Ava, you've not done anything to make Vince feel scared of you. Why should he be scared of you?
That being said, Ava could still beat Vince in a final 2 somehow.
She can, but she wasn't out there winning vetoes and to save herself. Like it came across so like, oh, like how dare you? And it's like entitled, I guess I want to say. And it's like, why should anyone be afraid to put you on the block when you haven't really done anything?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is the Blue effect. Like, ever since Blue got on TV, then they're suddenly like, oh, we can cast people that don't know a clue about this show and they can make it far.
Well, that's been going on for far longer than Blue. But
yeah, definitely.
But I think this season, it's all I could think about was just the disconnect between like who they are in the house versus who they are either on stage with Julie or in the DR. And there's just such a difference, or just, I guess, in the ceremonies or the competitions. It's like they turn on a different personality or turn on the TV character that they thought that they were cast or like just who they think they currently are. It's really weird. And I hope we don't try to continue this. And I think part of it is just the archetypes that we continue casting and probably implement or like push on consistently. It's just like, this is kind of the person we're looking for. If you could be like that person.
Right.
And I don't know what goes into it exactly, but it's so annoying this year, especially.
Yeah, I agree with that, Barrett. To me, it does feel like they were like playing up that character that they were trying to play up in casting when they're like, oh, like, Jimmy, we want you to be like the sassy gay guy, right? And then like he plays it up, he gets cast on the show, and now he continues to like pretend to be the sassy gay guy, or not pretend, but like play up the role as the sassy gay guy. And it's like, you don't have to do that anymore. You're on the show.
Yeah.
You could just be Jimmy now. And I'm just using Jimmy as like an example because that's like one of the ones that comes to mind. But like that's how it seems to me too. Like they're playing up like they were to get cast on the show, and it's like, no, you're already on. You don't got to do that no more. You can just be you now. So
it's that, and like it's it's like they did that, and we just only watched BB26 and only the
Yep.
clips of like Angela rehearsing her day 6 speech in her bed the night before, and then on top of
Like
that,
they
we're only
just-
going to show all the veto ceremonies, and then show you Tucker and just Tucker
And the
and
Battle of the
Tucker
Blocks.
and more
Showed them-
Tucker.
I feel like
Not
they
Battle
just
on the
showed them the
Block,
first week.
Jesus Christ.
That's it. They just showed them the first week, and that was it.
On it, that does enough probably to tell you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll classify it as something maybe next week, the finale, once we actually have our final thoughts on all of it. But especially when we have to like look at this season in the midst of other seasons, and that doesn't even begin to cover like how different we could have viewed the season if just White Locust didn't exist. Because this end game has been more fun than other seasons, and I really wish
It has.
we could have had that and not had the White Locust, and just had continuously like a good story. I mean, the storylines that just were killed
Because
there.
this is like bottom. Looking at, I mean, all the way from 24, like 24 was probably peak, honestly.
Not according to our rankings of our seasons.
Well,
Are you talking about
yeah,
in game?
I'm talking about in game.
Oh yeah,
Well,
I think
the ranking
easily.
of my seasons, yeah, 24 was at the top.
It was
well-
not the top for me, but I think end game. You're so right.
Like
I,
24.
yeah,
and then-
24's Endgame was probably the best in most recent
then-
years, I feel like.
25 was definitely ugh.
Yeah, 25 and 26, I feel like it was just the same people winning everything, which is kind of how I feel about this season too. But I feel like this season there was like extra layers to it. Like we had a whole cheat man's going on. We didn't have that last year
Yeah.
and this season before that. So I've been kind of more tuned in.
It's also like probably going to be the final two. Also, that is that is
Right.
also involved in the cheap man's.
Till
Feels
the
like a
bad
bad word to say,
happens.
but we're getting so
Cheap
detached from the double
islands.
eviction. I feel like we
are.
should. Okay, so Kelly was out of the house. She had her big exit. And then next we watched Morgan win her first HOH of the season. The blockbuster is over officially. I forgot to mention that.
Bye.
Julie made that announcement to the house guests. So Morgan won her
Finally.
first HOH of the season, finally, after winning 3 straight vetoes. But her first
God.
HOH, she nominates Keanu and Lauren for eviction. No shocker there. I thought it was so funny to watch Morgan as HOH just because you could tell she hasn't learned the lines yet, or learned like the how do I talk to everybody, because she went up in front of the whole house to make her nominations, just like, all right guys, first off, final 6, we did it. And then she said like, I can't wait to see where the game goes from here. Keanu, Lauren, I nominate you for eviction. It's like, what are you doing? But
I love it.
It was kind of iconic. The HOH that she won, I pulled up a clip of it, was the rolling the balls up and having them sit at the top of the
You know who else
the
won this
platform, the
comp?
ramp. Who else did win?
Mackenzie.
That's right. Oh yeah, that was the blockbuster that we were like, Rubina won for a second, and then it
Yeah.
was like, oh, actually Mackenzie did.
My girls have a good history with this one, I guess.
I guess so. But good timing for Morgan. She needed to do it. She needed to get Lauren out. She won the thing. Like I said, Keanu, Lauren on the block. The veto competition was next. It was a question and answer comp, which Zach loved. It was in the title of it, since we're here now, was none other than steal power orbs for the mastermind so he can bring his lair online. Oh wait, that was the HOH comp. My bad. Wait, no, that was the blockbuster.
No,
oh my
that was-
god,
that was the blockbuster.
I completely
Barrett.
flopped. I completely flopped.
You
Um,
blew it, honestly, but it's
that
okay.
HOH for Morgan was Wretched Reactor. The Master
Julie
Find was the
Chinned it.
POV that Keanu ended up winning. And then going all the way back, the blockbuster that Lauren won, which we talked about forever ago, was called Steal Power Orbs for the Mastermind so he can bring his lair online. Sorry, I flubbed that one.
You did, but
The
it's
J-
okay.
the
We literally
the
talked
Jag
about
and
this
Matt-
before.
The Jag and Matt comp.
The Jag and Matt comp. I've already forgotten when they
Well,
even...
remember they used that comp like twice.
I feel like every 25 comp was just the same thing towards the end.
You know,
like it was literally
grabbing
just
something, running it to somewhere else. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it was. But loved that the name of the comp for the blockbuster, at least, even though I thought it was not the blockbuster comp.
I screamed when Lauren won. I'm just saying, but
I have no doubts that you did, and Zach probably did too, to keep the streak alive for his winner pick.
yeah.
Going forward again to the Master Find. This is a competition that Zach
Master
really
Find.
loved.
Yeah.
We had just 3 sections of a picture, or split A, B, and C. Oh wait, I have Hamster watch what they posted from it. You had to find where's the mastermind in this picture, just over and over again. Not that interesting. Zach, what were your thoughts on this one?
It was so easy. I didn't know how Lauren missed it. Like, I was thinking it was going to go down to a tiebreaker, and then Lauren missed one, and I was just like...
It did come
All
down
hope
to a
is lost.
tiebreaker for the record, and it was Morgan and Keanu, in which we had these amazing tiebreaker answers. Keanu wrote his before the question was even done being read, and was off by like 3,000 seconds. But Keanu ends up winning this veto comp, and he jumped. Oh yeah, here's him jumping off of the platform.
The golden power of veto.
Which is crazy to do confidently.
Ashley in the background.
Ashley's cool with everybody winning. She's like, I'm not on the block. I haven't been on the block in a while. This is kind of going how I was hoping it would, weirdly.
The judges
stay strong.
Judges.
But Keanu wins this veto, takes himself off the block. Ava goes up in his place, and then Lauren is voted out on a 2-1 vote, with Vince being the only vote to save her. Not surprising at all. So we lost Kelly and Lauren. Lauren did not have an exciting exit quite like Kelly did, and her interview was also not as good as Kelly's either, and Kelly's was already not that good. But what Lauren just oh
We're
my god, we're gonna
the-
talk about Lauren. We need to make some final thoughts about her.
We're
But
the girls of Big Brother.
oh yeah, I forgot that happened. I have that video actually.
The girls wasn't. We're Big Brother. We're the girls of Big. I feel.
Oh,
I'm
the
adding
feeds
something.
just came back.
Oh my god, we're gonna find out the veto winner.
Vince did not win because he said 0 vetoes for me this season.
Okay, no spoilers yet
God.
then. We'll find out. Yeah, here's Lauren exiting with the cheer from everybody.
You guys. We love you guys. You baddie. Big Brother. Oh, we're Big Brother. The girls of Big Brother.
Okay, what was that?
I do not need Morgan doing that to me while I'm getting evicted. Especially the Bayou Baddie part. Please don't ever do that. Just let me. This is why people need to just sprint out of the house whenever they get evicted.
I forgot she said that actually.
Bayou Baddie.
That was so funny.
I
That
just
was-
plotted your
Oh my God,
eviction
Laura.
for like 2 weeks.
I
And
know. Like I just talked crap about you for like 3 weeks in a row, and
made your number 1, put you on the block, and then I won HOH and evicted you. Anyway,
Right after
Big
you won
Brother,
Battle of-
Big Brother, the girls of Big Brother. But anyway, Lauren's evicted. Her interview with Julie was not, I already said, not very exciting. Julie literally asked her, like, why do you think you were evicted? And she just sat there and said, I don't know. But I do want to know y'all's thoughts on Lauren. Zach, you picked her every week as your winner pick. Obviously, you had some stake in Lauren in this game. I'll go ahead and ask you first. Just what are your thoughts on Lauren and her? How will people remember Lauren in Big Brother 27, you think?
I'm not saying this because I won't forget her, but I feel like people are going to forget her. Like, I just wish she was more comfortable just being herself and being like more like what's the word I'm looking for? Unreserved. It felt like she was always had her guard up the whole time, not being able to actually be the person like who she is. Like I feel like I don't even know her like at all. Like I know she's a super fan, but I feel like if there ever was a second chances, she deserves to be on second chances because Vince ruined her game. Vince was her game, and I hate that for her. The potential that she could have had is astronomical, but then she just decided to go with the unemployed man. I'm sad. I'm heartbroken. You know, if things were different.
Yeah. I don't know if I agree with Lauren deserves to be on second chances. I don't even think she had a very good first chance.
Yeah.
Nick,
I don't know,
I
Zach.
want you to expand on that.
So I loved Lauren, as y'all know, but I don't think Big Brother is for her. I agree. I feel like reserved was the good way to explain Lauren, because like I've said before on here, I read Lauren as anxious to me, and like that's the whole like I can't make a decision. I speak like Keanu. I'm gonna need you to go and be the replacement nominee. It's anxiety, guys. Like she's anxious, and I really relate with that with her. And I don't know. I feel like I see myself in her sometimes when she has those moments, because I get very anxious and am very undecisive in life. So I don't know, I saw a lot of myself in her in those characteristics, but I, for those reasons, don't think she would be good on Big Brother. I feel like maybe a show, call me crazy, all right,
Love
with
Island.
this. No, but that's a good one actually. I was gonna say The Challenge. I could see her doing better in an environment where she's not on camera 24/7. And you know, she was good in the challenges, so I think a show like that she might find better fit for her.
With the
um
confrontation.
I mean, not with the way the show is nowadays. I feel
Oh
like
yeah,
they don't
never
even
mind.
have
Forgot.
arguments
Yeah.
anymore. So I
It's a
mean,
competition show.
right, it's strictly a competition show now, The Challenge. There's no arguments, there's no nothing. But I can see her doing well on something where she's not under 24/7 surveillance. Because like you said, I do think she has a lot of potential. I agree with that aspect. But she did stick with Vince despite the 20 red flags waving in her face all season long, from the all the way back to the pre-jury. And she still let him run her game, and it ran her right out the door, because that's what happens, honestly. But I do really like Lauren. I have a lot of respect for her, and I would love to see her on another show again sometime. Like I said, I think the challenge is very nice fit for her. I think Lauren and Keanu are getting the challenge calls after this season, honestly. um but yeah, I think people are too hard on her too. I will say. I think the internet is a lot with her. She's 23, like Joseph is saying. So yeah, she's still experiencing life, and I feel like she's young as hell. Like I to me she's a very young girl that's still fitting into life. And you know,
Yeah.
with that comes all of that anxiety. So that's my take on Lauren. I hope to see her again sometime soon, somewhere.
Okay. I think that is a very good way to describe Lauren in this game. I don't know how Lauren got on this season is my thing,
I
because
mean,
there
look
is
at
no
her.
way.
That's why.
I'm okay, yeah. But like, I mean, in terms of like just thinking of all of, I always just think of like all of the interviews you have to go through. And like, I'm assuming she was more or less like this when she was in these interviews. And there was something that they were like, well, let's put her on the show anyway. Maybe she'll blossom. Like, what is that? I don't know. Like, if you have someone who's clearly shyer, even if you know she's going to like win competitions, which she did, she held power multiple times. And still just like, I don't know what they saw the vision with Lauren, if she was going to go in here and be the person who won everything, or like was a part of that big alliance, if she was going to like lead the charge. And I just don't know what they saw as the vision for Lauren. And I question like if she was actually like this in all the interviews, why they keep casting people that are consistently doing things like this in the house, or not being like to their full potential, I guess, if they want to put it like that. But
I think
it just
I think she was the super fan archetype.
I'll tell you exactly what
Kind of.
archetype Lauren was. Lauren was Jordan BB11. That's what she was
That's
cast
fine.
as. Like
I can take
the
that.
nice Southern Belle, like, you know, like the sweet Southern Belle girl. Jordan was
Yeah.
like
Jordan,
21
sweet.
or 22. That's look, Jordan was the nice girl on BB11. I mean, yeah, and that was provoked out of her. But that's how I feel like they cast Lauren, thinking that she was gonna be like the hot Southern Belle, the Bayou Baddie, you know? Like they wanted the showmance out of her. They didn't get it.
Yeah, they definitely tried to. I can't imagine who they typecasted to try to be in a showmance this year with Lauren.
Yeah,
Can't think of
someone
anybody.
Southern. Yeah.
Yeah, so they didn't get that, even though they definitely wanted that. So I can see that. At the same time, if we're only casting someone based on their ability to get into a showmance, I think that's disrespectful to the person. First of all, that you're casting, because Lauren was a super fan. And well, to a degree, but also like she also was recruited. She was a super fan who was recruited before she could even apply to the show. So I feel like that also has like I don't know, just let people apply sometimes. It's okay. And I know there are also people being like, her TikTok persona is so different, and yeah, I'm sure that was also part of it.
I was about to say, which probably also plays into it too. You know, like she probably is really better on like an environment where she's not under cameras 24/7 and it's a one-on-one interview or something like that. I feel like it could be totally different. And I think her interview with Julie was like not the best, was because she went okay, so we're saying Lauren has anxiety in the house being under the cameras 24/7. Now she's walking out onto a stage in front of Julie Chen with a camera crew and cameras in her face and a live audience. That's why her interview was bad, because she's not like, she's anxious. And like I said, that's how I read her. And I think they might have fallen under, like, you know, I think she's probably better in a one-on-one environment where it's not like, hey, you're on camera 24/7. So it is interesting because it makes you think about like the casting process, right? And how you can be good at interviews all you want, but how does that like translate to how you're going to be on a show?
If only the producers knew that.
Yeah. Apparently they don't have the answer either. You're right.
No, they don't have the answers for anything, whether it's casting twists or and that's not to say that I haven't thoroughly enjoyed the cast that we've had since Jesse Tannenbaum's takeover compared to pre BB23. I definitely do enjoy these casts a lot more. I think this year was just a weird group of people.
It was.
Like I don't even we'll probably be dissecting that for years to come.
Yeah, I think Joseph has like some points there where like I don't think the cast was cast stupid to give Rachel a win, but like I think they were cast as less like star potential as other people, because like they wanted Rachel to be the star of the season. And when you like compare this season to like 19's cast, I kind of see it like in the same light as like no one from 19 really like popped out except like Jess and Cody, and it was because they were against the Paul.
The puppet master.
Oh my gosh, please. So
your girl.
Yeah, my girl. So I don't know. I think that like when they have seasons like that where they have like the one vet, they really want that one vet to really like pop and shine. So they're gonna cast less like rowdy people, in my opinion. I mean, Rachel was the only confrontational person in the whole house. Like,
yeah, or at least like on the live feeds. Whereas you have then you have half of the house who's willing to yell as long as they know that the cameras are on. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, they're always on. They're always on. Anyway. But
that's why she's a bully.
Sure. But yeah, I agree with you, Nick. I don't think this cast was solely made, like Joseph says in the chat, to just hand Rachel the win. I do get that that sentiment though, for sure. Okay, let's catch up on this week because I know we're spoiling Vito now in the chat. We lost Kelly. We lost Lauren. We are down to the final 5. Oh, let me get my cast list for this. We're down to the final 5. As we saw on what day was that? Sunday's episode. I'm like, what day is Big Brother on anymore? As we saw on Sunday's episode, Vince was the winner of the Final 5 HOH. It was the competition that Leah won last year, where you're holding the sword object looking thing and pressing it against the platform. But this time the sword, or they were a lot more heavy, or they were a lot heavier this time. So it was a lot shorter of a competition. It didn't go well into the night, which seems very much on purpose. Oh, don't feel bad for spoiling Vito. It's literally fine. Like, as long as we don't say it on here, just you can shut the chat and no one will know. But Vince won that HOH. It came down to him and Keanu. Keanu, I think, easily could have won that HOH, but decided to get too relaxed, it seemed like, with his conversation with Vince. Vince nominated Ava and Keanu in the voodoo doll type nomination ceremony that they had, because we're in the month of mayhem. And then Morgan once again won a veto, and decided not to use the veto. And as of last night, after waiting for like 3 days in a row for this eviction that would just not happen, we evicted Keanu. Keanu became the next jury member on a unanimous vote, leaving the final four of Ashley, Ava, Morgan, and Vince. And I have even more cast list slides to update now, because the next HOH competition, Morgan was the winner. So Morgan guaranteed a spot in the final three three-part HOH competition, I should say. And as of right now, wait, actually, before I get ahead of myself, Morgan nominated Ashley and Ava for eviction. It doesn't really matter in the final four if you watch Big Brother, because the veto is the most powerful. What?
What are you talking about? Nominations matter all the time.
Okay, fine, except for this round. I'm sorry. It all matters with the veto, because you have the sole vote to evict if you win the power of veto, unless you're the HOH, of course. Which leads me to the spoiler for the veto competition. It was none other than Morgana herself, yet again. 5 vetoes.
5, ladies.
If Keanu didn't rudely interrupt it with that double eviction veto, Morgan would have just swept all of the veto competitions to end the season. And I saw this stat, and is this true? Is Keanu the only man to win a veto the entire season?
Oh, wait, I have the page
that
open
sounds
right
right.
now, so I can tell you.
But
yeah, he
Keanu
is, but he won a couple of them. But yeah, he is.
Yeah.
In any case, Morgan and Vince have completely swept this end game, minus that Keanu veto. And especially in Morgan's case, she is sweeping all the way to the end, which is amazing, because it took her 58 days to win her first competition. And since then, she has won 5, 6, 8, or 7 competitions since day 58. And none of them are blockbusters, for the record. So.
Nope. And it's so funny too, because I remember right before she won her first comp, she was like saying how, like, oh, I'm the only one who hasn't won anything left in the house. Like, it wasn't like, you know, she didn't win a prize, or she didn't win like a power, like she won nothing. And she won. I was like saying to you guys too, because we were podcasting that day, I was like, I feel it in the air that Morgan's gonna win this veto, because she said that, and she won the veto that day.
And she wore her Mackenzie outfit, didn't she?
She wore her Mackenzie outfit, yes. And she hasn't stopped since. She embraced my girl, and look where that gets you.
Well, I remember people on X, Twitter, I don't know what, and people on Twitter were all just like, oh, she's never gonna win any comps. She's done this, and look, Catherine's already won a comp and she hasn't.
I know, they're calling her a flop. Even Lauren's won an HOH. Okay, and Morgan was waiting.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that she has it, because someone needs to take the most comp wins out of us. I mean, I don't think she can now. Because unfortunately, BB25 winner has that in the bag for a while. But I'm glad that she won. Because how many is it? 6 most veto wins in a season?
I cannot remember. I wish I knew that record.
I really don't know who has the record.
Oh, 7. Jack won 7.
I hate that Jack has to have that record.
That's so obnoxious too. 7 is like a lot.
Yeah.
And Michael
Like
has
half the season, I feel like.
she's tied right now with 5 other people. Can y'all guess the 5?
The 5 other people who have
Won 5 vetoes in a season.
Michael Bruner, Casey,
Janelle,
Frank.
Vanessa.
Oh,
Wait, so we have Michael,
vetoes.
Janelle, and who else?
Jag.
No,
And
Jag
Casey.
has
Casey.
7. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So there's 2
So there's
left.
2 more.
Oh no.
Are they old era or new era?
One's old, one's new-ish.
Paul?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, Paul. Is it Boogie?
No.
Right? I don't remember if he won comps or not.
Ian?
Oh, Dick.
Oh my god. Why is this so
Who's
much
like a
tougher than I thought it
comp
would be?
person that we're like not thinking of?
Y'all
Hayden?
gonna
like old
hate
school.
it, or
Oh,
Nick's gonna hate it too,
Oh no.
and it's not Hayden.
oh boy.
Give
And I
us like
mean,
a
he's gonna,
range
like,
of
don't
seasons
like.
to choose from. So I
Yeah.
don't have to think of 27 right now.
Let's go. 5 to 10.
5 to 10. Oh no.
Ooh.
This makes things
Oh,
extra
boy.
difficult.
It does make things a little more
Uh,
difficult.
It's not Dan, is it?
Mm-mm.
Okay. 5? Jace?
No,
Who the hell?
James Ryan? No, he wasn't in the
I'm
game long
saying
enough.
Nick is gonna hate it because he didn't. He's not thinking of it, not about who it is.
Oh my god, that makes it even worse then. Because it's probably
give,
somebody
like,
I really
10
like.
I feel like I need to give like a deadline on this answer. Jen Johnson? Is it Jen Johnson says Music Bites?
Jen
No.
Johnson did not win my veto. Oh my god, this is bothering me. Is
Uh,
it?
Y'all give up.
No.
I give up. Nick does it though.
Season 5 is making me think of something. Is it like Diane?
No.
I really have no clue.
Maggie, Yvette.
No.
Crazy James.
No.
No.
Zach from BB8.
No.
No.
This is pathetic.
This
Danny
is-
Donato.
Yes.
Oh my fucking god! I'm so pissed.
That was too. Oh my god. Music Bites coming in.
Damn.
Your skirt around it so much.
I know, literally.
Whenever y'all saw Dick, and I was like, no.
me going crazy, James. Like I was like, it's got to be something I'm not thinking of.
Okay, so coming back to BB27 real quick, just so I get this out of the
Yeah.
way. We do have Morgan with the veto. Obviously, she's not going to use it. She's not putting Vince up the block, which will leave Vince with the sole vote to evict this week, which is what we all wanted. But Vince, I imagine in this case, is going to evict Ashley. It seems like he's been waiting to evict Ashley for like ever. It's just up to Morgan if she wants to be like, but judges, final 3. And if Ashley wants to push all of that too. So I don't think it's completely out of the realm of possibility that Vince would listen to Morgan and vote to evict Ava, because I think Morgan would rather evict Ava than Ashley. It's just like, I could also see Vince just being like, no, I'm not going to listen to you this time, because it's not as big of a deal to me as, Lauren going on the block. So I feel like you won't. Or anyway, so Ashley should be going home in 4th place, or going to the jury house in 4th place, I imagine, which sucks to hear. Then again, though, this is really Morgan's game to lose anyway. Ashley was never going to beat Morgan. I hate that kind of possibility is out the window now, and I hate that Ava gets to make it to final 3. But that's where we're at, everybody. we have a scenario in which if it's a final 3 of Morgan, Vince, and Ava, correct me if I'm wrong, you have Morgan and Vince who will take each other, and you have Ava who would take, weirdly, Vince, I imagine. If she doesn't realize that and just wants to bring Morgan because she hates Vince that much, wouldn't blame her. Give Morgan the win anyway. I wouldn't complain. But if Ava wants the best chance to win, she would take Vince. I just don't know how much she sees that as her best chance to win right now. What do y'all think about
Mackenzie
that?
also has 5 POVs.
I didn't even think about that
All
happening.
of my girls.
She did win like a million competitions. It makes sense.
She did. I think them taking Ava is probably the best bet, just because.
Do you think?
Yeah. Ava wasn't involved in the judges, so I feel like I don't know. I guess I'm going back and forth on it. But bottom line here, Ava's not winning the final HOH is what I'm thinking. Like, there's
Right.
no way in hell she's gonna beat them in endurance,
No.
and then she's not gonna beat them in like the days comp thing that they normally do.
Yeah.
And even if she does at one of those things, she's not winning the final comp thing either, in my opinion. So
Frankly,
Yeah, there's no reason. Like, we are going to find out very quickly. It's going to be Vincent Morgan in the final HOH.
Yeah.
in
one
part
is
3.
gonna win part 1 and the other is gonna win part 3, and Ava's just gonna be getting 3rd place. Like, that's literally what's gonna happen.
The
So,
3-part
What?
HOH is unfortunately never that exciting in Big Brother.
It's never,
what if it?
yeah.
What if out of nowhere, Ava wins and has the final decision?
She needs to win part 1, like, because
Yeah. She's not gonna win the other thing.
part 2 is
Sounds
always like, let's climb this
crazy.
wall,
Yeah.
and like,
You're gonna climb this mountain while holding this disc of this person, and you have
Yeah.
to decipher how many votes they got. It's like, no.
Do you really think that they're going to take out Ashley?
I mean, I don't think
Yeah.
it's for sure. I think Vince, technically, I can't remember what our scenario was for Vince versus Ashley versus Vince versus Ava. I know he lost both of them. So to him, it
Well, it
really
doesn't matter.
shouldn't
Vince
be
has
a
lost the
crazy,
game.
yeah, it really shouldn't be a difference. It should
Yeah.
just be, can I win the final HOH? Vince has lost, I feel, at any point in any scenario. Unless we are completely misreading this jury on how they'll feel about Vince, which I don't think they are based on Kelly's exit alone. But Vince loses in any scenario. Morgan wins in every scenario. If it was like Ashley and Morgan, it wouldn't be a difference anyway. Vince has had such he talks about Ashley like she is such a non-factor in this game. And has been like, it's unfair that Ashley does nothing, but gets to stay in this game. It's so unfair because he doesn't think Ashley has like lifted a finger for 70 days, which like Ashley hasn't done a crazy amount, but she's been better strategically than Vince has for sure.
That's also why I feel like
so
a
dumb he doesn't see
reason-
it.
That's another reason why I think he would want to keep her around, because she's not winning any comps. This is his thinking. I really hope that she would win a comp or something, but statistically speaking, it has not been great for her.
No,
Also-
Ashley won her first competition on what, day 4 or whatever, day 3 or 4.
Yeah. The only one that mattered, mind you.
True.
Yeah.
Well, I would argue the past couple weeks have mattered for her too. But
She hasn't gone home though.
no, she's been doing just good enough as the person who everyone thinks is not doing anything, which is what she wanted. And I think she could have had a case at the end of the game in a final 2 scenario where she could have laid all that out. Now, if we really want Vince to like be the most selfish person, if we really want Vince to like have his I applied to the show for 10 years come out and like evict Morgan at a final 3 if he won the final HOH, then sure,
Don't
he can try that. It's not going to make a difference for him.
Absolutely not.
But Vince is such a wild card. Could you see him ever doing that? Or do you think it's just like he knows he's lost, so he might as well at least bring Morgan because it's his love story now, or whatever you want to call it, his human
he's
connection
a wild
story.
card?
I think he's more selfish than we give him credit for, but I don't know if he's so selfish that he would do that. And that's not even selfishness. It's just it's just him like thinking that he may gain one more jury vote, and even that probably not any. It's not even, well, he'd be losing Morgan's probably in the process, so it wouldn't even be like it's not even a 2-for-1, as Keanu would say. It's just losing another one. Yeah, I'm taking it all the way. There's no reason Vince shouldn't just take Morgan and get his $50,000 and love. I don't know.
Love? That's an October conversation.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's option 1.
Yeah. Even after the house, that's an October conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they did it. What were you gonna say?
I don't even know. Go ahead.
Okay. I figured from here, do we want to talk about preseason interviews or?
Yes.
Okay. I did have a couple of
Yeah.
clips that I kind of saved that now is probably the best time to show them. They
Ooh,
did a
dialogue
segment
award.
at one point about Vince's like injuries.
The arch of my foot is cramped.
Oh no.
I do remember that.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that's a good cramp. I need a banana or something.
Anyway, we showed that clip of like Taryn doing an impression of him with his
Yeah.
groin cramp last week, and I felt like it was fitting.
And
Oh,
you're wearing pants too.
we talked about Ava freaking out on everyone after she was nominated.
Dare
Oh.
you?
Wait. There was something else that it was a clip from the premiere episode. So this is Morgan.
Oh, no.
I just need everyone to watch this clip. This is Morgan introducing herself in the premiere episode, and just see if you notice anything.
And I am also single as hell.
What?
Did you notice anything?
Oh my god.
One more time.
And I am also single as hell.
I was about to say it's right there.
How
Oh my
did that
God.
play out so perfectly? How did that age so well?
Yes. I have a
Well,
chance.
I like that it flashes to Zach first, honestly, and then it goes. To...
They knew what they were trying to do. But anyway, also in the premiere night, they all sat the final 4 all sat next to each other on the couch.
Ew! I hate that. That's so weird. And then Ava's
Scripted.
sitting. Oh my god! If Ava's in the final 3 with them,
Scripted, rigged.
that's why Rachel knew that Vince, the unemployed person, was gonna do that to Lauren's game. all those
Oh, and
weeks
Riley's
ago.
next to Vince.
Yeah, Riley's in between Morgan. Or wait, Vince is in between Morgan and Riley. Yeah, if Ava makes the final 3, we'll just crop Ashley out, I guess, and then really say they all sat
That's
next to each other.
Crazy.
I think that was the only other thing I wanted to I wanted to show. Oh, we did have Rachel and Will jury footage from Unlocked, which I didn't watch. Y'all did, apparently, though.
I did.
Yeah.
They got me with James Gunn. I couldn't resist.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show Will entering. This didn't have a crazy amount to it, I don't think. I mean, Rachel was shocked
No.
that Will got there, but there wasn't much else
Yeah.
to. I mean, they'll have a lot more, I'm sure, once Kelly and Lauren. Well, will they have a lot more when Kelly and Lauren show up? I don't know.
For sure gonna be Kelly. Or maybe even like Vince or Morgan.
I already got the drinks here.
Will?
What can I say? They got me.
What? No,
got me.
seriously.
I am happy I made it.
I love how Will immediately knew what to say, though, which is just like, "You ready to drink, Rachel?" That was my favorite thing about Will, was his line after Rachel put up Riley, which is just like, "I'll drink with you," after she started like chugging her high noons in the HOH room. I am happy that these are the first, like, I'm glad that they'll at least be in the jury house together, helping decide. I hate that they're the first 2 to be in there, though, yet again. But I at least wanted to acknowledge that they are there, and they did show a segment, even though we're not getting a ton
is
from
in
it yet.
fact in the jury house, not in the BB basement or the
Yeah.
the mastermind's lair or something. She is in the jury house. I need to just say that out loud. So
Yeah, everyone needs to hear it. Music Bites, thank you for saying this is Vince's worst nightmare. What will he do?
the whole season.
Okay, we're moving on to preseason interviews. So I have pulled up Parade. We looked at this preseason. This is Mike Bloom's interviews. There's a whole YouTube video that's like 2 hours long. I'm not gonna make us watch that. What I will pull up is just the transcript from all these questions. And what I wanted to start it off by doing, I told y'all before this, I was gonna read just a couple of sentences from someone's answer, and I want you to try to figure out who said this preseason. Everyone gets to play, and if you have it all also pulled up next to you, you're not allowed to play.
I would not be able to find this that quick, please.
Okay, so here's the first thing. The question was, what's your strategy going into the game? This person said, I really just want to focus on my strengths initially, which is just connecting with people. I feel like someone or a player that was very good at that in the 2 seasons that he was on was Enzo. Who said this preseason?
Can you say man or woman at least?
Man.
Okay. Will.
Adrian.
I will say this guy did talk about Enzo a lot.
Will.
Will? Zach says Will. Nick, what do you say?
That. I was gonna say Adrian, but when you said that, it makes me think maybe Keanu for some reason. Are both of those wrong?
Interesting that you say that, because it is Keanu who said that.
Period. The Enzo, the clue of him talking about Enzo is what gave it away.
Yeah, he talked about Enzo, and it was also like wrong about Enzo. I think he said Enzo got to finale at one point, and he was like,
yeah,
no,
and
he didn't.
they also said something. No, Enzo did get to finale.
Yeah, Enzo got final 3.
Enzo, yeah, and then he got second.
Yeah, he's got second on All Stars.
He did make the finale.
Yeah, he made the finale.
Of both seasons, actually. He said he was
the finale.
He was wrong. He was wrong about June and Danielle at some point too, because I did see a tweet about that, and Danielle quote tweeted it and was like, "They have no idea what they're talking about." I thought it was really funny. But yeah, they're not okay. Anyways, go on.
Okay. Here, this question was, what will be your secret weapon in the house? This person said, be as mean as you want. I'm going to kill you with kindness. I'm going to smile in your face. I'm going to love you while you hate me. Who said that?
Kelly.
It's definitely, yeah.
Okay. We have one.
Kelly's the first person that comes to mind when you say that.
Okay.
Well, no, I know it's a woman.
Or is it?
I'll never tell. Even though I told you last time.
Amy. I think it's Amy.
So we have one guess for Amy. Nick, who did you said Kelly?
Kelly, yeah.
All right, y'all are both wrong. It was none other
Mickey?
than Riley who said that.
Oh my god.
He definitely did not do that.
I'll give you the full answer from that. So
I like how me and Zach both thought it was a girl right away too.
Oh my god. Okay, so what would be your secret weapon? He said, I'm gonna love you while you hate me. So yeah, I'm gonna kill him with kindness and smile my way through everything, even through my pain, even through the freaking slop and the dang anything I get put up on. I smile my way through because honestly, I'm just blessed to be here. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. Just even being right here in front of that little small camera right there, I'm just blessed. That was his full answer.
Small camera. Why you gotta like insult the camera for?
Whoa. What did Riley do? Okay. Going to the next person. Okay, same question. What will your secret weapon be in the house? You might be the only one guessing here, Nick. So chat, help. I think my secret weapon is that I can get close to people. I'm also a really good observer and learner, so I think I might sort of take a back seat, listen to conversations and what people are talking about, and sort of use that to my advantage later on. That's the whole answer. Who said that? Maybe I can find another answer from this person.
That's an interesting one because it sounds like kind of smart, but I feel like it wouldn't be someone that actually did that.
Okay. What are does this one have how do you crush your enemies? Would you be open to a showmance? There's a lot of good questions here. Their entire answer. Oh, Zach guessed Will. Do you have an answer? I guess.
Mickey.
Okay. I'm gonna give you one more answer. How will you crush your enemies? It's not Mickey. I plan to crush my enemies in the house in competition. I feel like I'm not the most malicious person, but I think my competitiveness can sort of speak for itself in a way.
Oh.
This is not easy.
No, this is not easy. Lauren.
You got it. It's Lauren.
Oh my God.
Good job.
Where was she?
Exactly. She wasn't there.
She got
That's
anxious.
for sure. Okay. Oh goodness, this is fun. I really am enjoying all of this.
Yeah, wait, I like this.
Okay, I found another person. Okay, what are your biggest strengths? Oh, I like this one. Okay, what are your biggest strengths is the question again. This person said, some of my strengths going into this game are probably going to be the fact that people aren't going to look at me as somebody major to take out immediately, even though I'm going to attempt to do things kind of behind the scenes. I also think that one of my strengths is going to be the fact that people just end up trusting me all of the time. I'm kind of like the secret vault that people always tell things to in my personal life. And I think that's going to be applicable to the house. And then why will you win Big Brother? This person said, I'm going to win Big Brother because I think people are going to underestimate me and they're going to not going to anticipate my strong social game.
Oh,
I will say I am shocked this person said this.
Strong social game. Catherine?
Catherine? Interesting answer because it's Catherine. Yeah.
Wait, I'm kind of good at this.
I'm going to stick with Catherine for a second. Would you be open to a showmance? She said, I think a showmance this summer is something that I could be open to. It's not something that I'm actively going to be looking for. But I think if I can find a way to have a little bit of extra fun for maybe a week or two, I'll do that. But I don't really see it being something that continues on for my entire gameplay in the house like some people do. That's interesting to say. Riley also had an answer for the showmance one. I just felt like it would be a dead giveaway for him. Because he, of course, said something like this. Love knows no boundaries, man. I mean, if a woman comes into my heart and sees what it sees and loves what it loves and feels what it feels, that's for time to tell. That's for the BB house to tell. Oh my God. I don't know what's going to step in that door. I don't know what kind of women are going to be out there, but I know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the same amount of genuine love and care. What I have to give, what I bring to the table, that's what I expect in return. I know nobody's perfect. Okay, I'm done reading this, but
look at the one right above it too. The biggest weakness.
A pretty woman coming in and just making me believe everything she says. I believe people. I believe people until they give me a reason not to believe them. So you could literally just sit there and bullshit your way through me, and I believe you until I get that reason to not really believe you. Brilliant.
Wow.
Okay. Wow.
Did Vince answer the showman's question?
Yeah, let's go look at that. Vince, I did kind of remember Vince's because he was all about like self-awareness and wouldn't shut up about it.
So much for that.
There's no way he got asked this question. I don't think he didn't get asked it. We can look at his though right now. Okay. Why will you win Big Brother? Mike Bloom asked Vince 80 days ago. I will be the one to win Big Brother because I think I naturally have the perfect formula of what it takes. I like to call myself a master of none. I'm not really the best at anything, but I'm really pretty dang good at almost everything. I mean, I clearly won't be a physical threat. Not true. He was.
Okay.
I think I'll be social enough to be able to make the genuine connections that is the foundation of strategizing. He did not do that. Tried to. And I think I'm athletic enough to compete with the best of them when I need to. Okay, so you are a physical threat. And I think if you can do all of these, or all of those cohesively, you'll be in good shape. I just have the perfect formula. Again, it's who I am. It's just in my core.
Right.
Greatest strengths, having empathy was his greatest strength.
Oh,
my communication
wow.
skills, my self-awareness.
Oh.
I like to think I'm self-aware,
Wow.
which is something that a surprising amount of people don't have as much as they should, I'll say. Okay. Greatest weakness, Vince said. I know I said one of my greatest strengths was self-awareness, so I'm going to do my best, but a weakness could be if I get too excited, if I get too riled up, maybe I might say the wrong thing. Okay. That doesn't really pan out.
Okay, then.
Okay, yeah, he just talks about self-awareness in his interview. You'll never see anybody more genuine than Vince. That's who I am. That's something that I bring to the table. I'm a genuine human being, and I can't fake that. Weirdly a lie. Weird, like a crazy sentence to also be a lie.
That human connection.
Yeah, he's good at making human connections with people.
Mm-hmm.
Strategy going into the game. I don't even know what I'm doing on planet Earth, let alone what I'm going to do in the Big Brother house. When did he say like the mini weeks thing? I know he said that at one point.
Oh my God, he did.
Here we go. Strategy. I think
There
my
it is,
strategy
yes.
coming into the Big Brother house is to compartmentalize this game down into weekly mini games of Big Brother. That was the first sign that Vince was going to mess up entirely.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, he's in the final 3, but but he's also in the final 3 with no winning equity at all.
Yep.
So Wawa technique. What is that? Wing adapt. Okay, so Vince is bad at all of this. That's great to know. You have any other thoughts about this? Are you gaining anything else from Vince other than a little bit overconfident with everything?
Wait, what does it say? I started watching. Wait, I've been watching since season 16, and I started watching live feeds in season 18, and this all just doesn't feel real yet. Okay.
Since season 16, yeah, that makes sense. That this is 10 years. Live feed since 18. I don't believe that. I'm sorry. You did not play this game like you've been watching the live feeds for any amount of time.
Season 18? Are you kidding me? And you don't know who Rachel Riley is? Okay. Like
I didn't even watch Dan's season.
I mean, I guess technically he didn't, but
okay. Let's look at another Final Four member. Morgan. How about Morgan?
Oh yeah, I'm actually intrigued to see hers.
All right. I remember us making fun of a lot of this for how many times she mentioned she was a gamer. So forewarning.
It got
everybody.
me to pick her as my winner pick. So something must have been good in here.
What's your reaction to getting to play Big Brother? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I need to pinch myself because I'm actually in the diary room. Like, hello. Okay, it's very comfortable. That's okay. This is actually there's none of this. It's just her.
It's just her being like, "Wow, I'm here."
Why do you win Big Brother? I'm gonna win Big Brother because these house guests are gonna have no idea that this gamer girl is here to rock their world. I'm keeping that secret because hello, if I tell them that I'm a gamer, they're gonna boot me right out. Like, oh yeah. So I'm just gonna keep this little model-esque persona to go on and hopefully sneak by and take the whole thing home. What are you bringing to the show that nobody has seen before? Well, I don't know if you guys have had a gamer girl yet, so I'm really excited to represent for the gamer girls out there. It feels so different reading this now.
It does.
But I also just think that my just natural bubbly personality is going to be really fun to see in the house. I'm a goofball and I'm a nerd. I mean, come on. I just think that's really fun. Okay. Former Division 1 track athlete. We have seen people win HOHs and go home the next week. It does not matter how high up you are. You can be the one at the bottom the next week. Morgan was at the bottom for a little bit. Self-awareness, maybe more than Vince. So I am not a super fan, but my mom loves Big Brother. Her and I watched seasons 5 and 6 when I was in high school. That's going to age me a little bit. It's okay. Does that math even add up? I don't think that does, but...
No, because when I was in high school, I was watching seasons 12 through 11 through 14. technically, or whatever.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. And she's 3 years older than me. So no.
Maybe like she just was really young in high school. I don't know.
No, yeah, totally.
Okay. Strategy going to the game. I am not going to come out guns blazing trying to win everything as much as my competitive heart wants to do that. Oh, she can bring that up if she wants to, even if it's not true. I have not seen a success story where someone just comes in and wins everything and wins the whole game. It would be nice if I could do that, but I honestly feel like for me, creating the smallest of amount of target is just going to be what's best for me. So I'm going to lean on my social game and just keep in my back pocket that I'm a gamer girl that has a lot of strategies coming their way. So I'll pull those out when I need to. I cannot honestly remember how much Morgan was trying not to win. It seems like the entire game she's been trying to win these competitions, though, in my mind, especially the wall comp where she went out like third. So that arc is also crazy.
It is.
Let's see. How will you crush your enemies? Former T1 track athlete. I'm competitive. I'm going to win every physical competition. But the whole thing of this game is not to win everything, it's to win when you have to, which she has. So I'm going to take some of that gamer knowledge and decide when I'm going to win and just rely on my social game to take me along the way. Okay. I'm seeing the winner edit here already. So biggest strengths. Talking about she's used to playing battle royale types of games. That was honestly a really good, really good line.
She is an Apex player.
Yeah. Maybe I'm being just a little flirty today, or maybe I'm being just a little devious today, or maybe I'm just being myself. We'll see. But I think being a gamer is going to be super helpful in the house to navigate what angle I want to take. All right, okay. Would you be open to a showmance? I mean, look, I'm standing in front of a bunch of books. If one of these books that I just so happen to read ends up being a book involved with showmances, I'm kind of open for it. I mean, hey, what's the worst thing that could happen? I can look at a cute guy all summer. It doesn't seem so bad to me. Okay. Hero or villain in the house? She said, honestly, as much as I think villains are really cool, one of my favorites is Scar. He's just iconic.
Yeah.
I honestly would love to be more of a hero girl. So from gamer girl to hero girl. I mean, as much as I play games where I go against villains, there's something about defeating a villain and being the hero that is just so worthwhile. So I feel like as much as I would love to be a villain, I feel like naturally I would love to be the hero. This is weirdly relating to me, like after she put up Lauren, or after she got Vince to put up Lauren, where she's like, am I a villain?
I kind of like that answer, though. Like, I feel like everyone's like, I want to be the villain. But she's like, no, I want the feeling of taking out the villain.
Or at least like when people are the hero, when they say they want to be the hero, they just kind of leave it at that because they're afraid of being like hated.
I want to be liked. I don't want to be hated. I need people to like me.
Yeah.
No, what was the feeling of taking out the villain?
I feel like Vince had to be asked that question. I want to see what he said.
Oh my god. I'm a hero because I'm really self-aware and I'm not gonna let the villains win the game. That's what he said.
I feel like he'd be the one that would see Key as the villain. He didn't get asked this question either. What?
Catered to him.
Yeah.
Since preseason.
This is not okay. I love Morgan's interview though. I feel like a lot of that has panned out weirdly.
That's why she was my winner pick.
Yeah, I mean, if you were going off of largely like this interview all the way 10 weeks ago, then I wouldn't have blamed you either. I mean, Morgan was in, I feel like, my top 3 of the house guests anyway, where it's just like Mickey was the person who really threw me off.
God. Mine was Vince. That's kind of crazy.
What do you want to go to next?
What about Ashley? Preseason were very, very high on her.
Yeah. Why will you win Big Brother? Mike Bloom asked Ashley. Ashley said, I will be the one to win Big Brother because I think people won't see me coming. Maybe. I think they see that I'm this fashionable, cutesy kind of girl, but it's like, no, I'm a competitor. I was born to be a competitor. I grew up doing pageants and competing in modeling and track. And so I've always been a competitor and I want to be the best at everything I do, not only for myself, but also I'm trying to knock the competition over. And so I think people won't know that I'm this really strategic person. Also true. And that she has a law degree from one of the top 14 law schools in the country. Let's go down to biggest strengths. Biggest strength is that I'm really strategic because I'm an attorney. I call myself a strategy assassin because I know how to see a set of facts, take it, spit it in my favor, and spit it back out so that that person believes that what I'm saying is the only way and the only truth. Ashley's been doing a lot of this more so in the past couple weeks, I would say. She's doing it right now to Morgan, from what I'm seeing on feeds, of just being like, Vince has been playing with his feelings this whole game. You know, it'd be crazy if he be crazy if you just took me to final two, right? Be crazy. You should just take me, right? But I can definitely see how, like, this answer alone, when the feeds came on and we're just like, we hate Ashley, like, she's Showergate, all those things, was just like, oh, come on.
She's had like such a journey when you look at it, like from the feeds turning on and everyone talking about her 2-hour shower, and then winning the first veto, and now she's in the final four. Like,
yeah, it is crazy how Big Brother, I mean, even in old school Big Brother or non-blockbuster Big Brother, you can have players like that are in trouble the first week and then don't really see much trouble until the end of the game, or just kind of skate their way and let everyone else take each other out.
She wasn't out there winning blockbusters and doing all this stuff. Like, she was literally on the block like once and won the veto, and then it was kind of just like, you know, water under the bridge. So
yeah,
but that was like, it's like just so crazy to think back about like us on this season, like on the first podcast, and having like me and Zach talking about like Catherine and how, oh, she's being mean to Ashley and like it's weird behavior and all this stuff, and then like none of that mattered like at all, because it was just gone.
None of it panned out. Catherine didn't even pan out as a player.
No. And Ashley's still there. So
Ashley's gonna be there maybe on finale night, we'll see. But like, yeah, Ashley has had an interesting game, just from the sense of like initially being in trouble, kind of being on the outs, aligning with people like, you know, Mickey and Rachel and Jimmy to an extent, and Will, and being good with them, while everyone else is just kind of like, well, we'll get Ashley out probably pretty soon. She's an easy person to throw up on the block, or she was an easy person to evict first out of the game, and then she won the veto and ruined everything, which was amazing. But Ashley has had such a weird trajectory where she is now only like in the last 15 days of her game doing the things that she probably thought she was going to be doing from the beginning. Like, and I wonder, like, if her I'm gonna have my Elle Woods act was initially her plan to the degree that it was. I can't imagine she was just like, I have to lay low for this many weeks, and then do what I need to do. And yeah, it's been really fun to watch Ashley kind of, and especially in the last couple of weeks, and she'll be someone that I think will have an underrated game in the future. But I think there is a season of BB27 without a white locust, where maybe we see the game kind of form around Ashley a little bit more towards the end, instead of just Vince Morgan.
Yeah, I could see that.
Welcome back, Zach.
Thanks. I like the game you were playing.
Thanks. I saw you. I appreciated you guessing while you were out anyway. But yeah, we talked about Vince. We talked about Ashley's interviews. Should we go to Ava's?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Ava Pearl. I'm getting like the weird Wi-Fi signal, so if I was weird for a second, I'm sorry. Wait, where's Ava? Probably after Adrian. Or after Amy.
We had a lot of A's, Nate.
And Ashley.
After Ashley.
If I just would have scrolled down, oh my God, I'm so stupid. Okay, Ava Pearl's interview with Mike Bloom. Why will you win, Big Brother? I will be the one to win, Big Brother, because I need the money the most. Okay, I am broke as hell, and I will do whatever it takes to win that $750,000. Lies. Well, the takes to win. I can't speak on anything else, I guess. I actually appreciated her saying I'm broke as hell. I remember.
Me too.
Cast more broke people.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Biggest strengths. My strength going into this game is the fact that I read people's auras for a living. I couldn't have played this game with Ava, with the guessing game. Everything was about auras from what I was looking at. So I literally read people as my job, and I'm ready to take that skill into the Big Brother house and read all of these house guests down. Okay.
Okay.
Secret weapon. My secret weapon is knowing exactly who they are just by my first glance at them, seeing all of their amazing or horrible colors. Okay. Will you be more of a hero or villain? I'm not afraid to be the villain if I have to be this season. Hey,
Oh, we know.
she did it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to go in there and win my money. If I have to be the supervillain, I got to be the supervillain. What she didn't specify was she meant America's favorite player money and not the winner's prize, which she still weirdly could win. There's an avenue. It's just like not gonna happen. How will you crush your enemies? I will crush my enemies in this house by using these go-go boots to walk all over them. I am not afraid. These boots were made for walking, and that's what they're gonna do. Right to my $750,000.
Copyright?
Yeah. She couldn't say another line. What's your strategy going into the house? My strategy going into the house is to use what the universe has given me, my ability to see auras, my ability to listen to my gut, and my ability to backstab any of the people I need to. I'm not getting anything from this in retrospect.
No.
But
Well,
not.
I am we are getting something. She reads auras.
She does do that. At least, yeah, I guess at least with Morgan, and she made the gamer girl actually relate to the game of Big Brother in like in a way that made sense to me. This one was just Ava saying, I am an aura painter, so I will use that in the house. Not exactly how she'll use that in the house. Or a witch, yeah. I forgot she said that in that interview too. I don't want people thinking I'm a witch.
Well,
that was
some
a good
people
moment.
Drop the W, add a B. People think you're that.
Oh my god. Good lord.
What? This is Twitter, not me.
You said it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying what Twitter said.
Yeah, Ava definitely isn't afraid to use that word describing Rachel, I must say. And worse. Or Mickey, right?
Or Kevin.
Okay. We looked at Vince. We looked at all the top four now. And we didn't look at Keanu's fully, so I'm gonna go back to Keanu's. There he is. Why will you win, Big Brother Keanu? I'm going to be able to win because I can tell you right now that I want it more than everybody else. I know everybody's going to say that, but man, I feel like I have a complete game. I have the social, the physical aspect of it, the mental aspect of it. I feel like I just have what it takes to win. And I'm now remembering that we didn't even like give Keanu like a send off yet because we didn't see his eviction.
Oh yeah, what is the thing of? Yeah, you're like what will be his legacy in the game?
Yeah, we can do that right now while looking at his preseason interview. I think Keanu's legacy will largely be remembered fondly because I think in this cast he was one of the more entertaining people, and of course he's probably going to. I still think he's going to win America's favorite. I know we said Rachel was on lock. After a week of sitting on that, I still think Keanu is going to end up winning.
Stop. Why are you jinxing it?
I know.
mean, I understand why you think that, Barrett.
I just know.
If
I just know how this
Cameron can
usually
beat
works.
Saray, I think Keanu can beat Rachel.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
Yeah. I know
It's
that was
because we weren't. It's because we weren't like fully locked in, and
Who wasn't? I definitely was. Like who's we?
I feel like this is.
I was voting Saray on the daily.
There was also AmeriCorey that people were splitting between.
Right.
Yeah, and then
I don't know.
Taylor, we did it for Taylor. Who got it last year?
Last year was Tucker.
We got it for Tucker.
Everyone was like obsessed with Tucker though. The thing is, sorry, I just choked on my own spit.
It's okay.
Ew.
Keanu, I feel like doesn't get Facebook hate comments like Rachel does.
No.
And that's why I feel like Keanu has an upper edge, unfortunately.
And also, James Gunn endorsed him last week. He's Team Keanu. I mean, every
It's
unlocked
Jerry
person
O'Connell.
seems to be Team O'Connor. I almost said
Team
Team
O'Connell.
O'Connor. Yeah, Team Keanu.
All my casual fans love. Wow. Let me.
All your
back up.
casual
All of-
We've had a
fans?
long
Yeah,
season,
gosh.
y'all. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. Let me relax. All of my friends that are casuals love Keanu. Every single one of them. So I don't know. I really think he's got
Time to get new
a
friends.
really nice shot at AFP. I'm making sure I lock in my votes for Rachel every single damn day because I am clocked in, like Zach said. But I just wouldn't be too shocked if I'm not a true casual. Oh no,
No.
you're saying. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Trell.
You said you're casual fans.
Yes, I'm sorry, Trell. I thought you were calling me casual for. Like we said, it's been a long season. So yeah, I don't know. I think Keanu has a good chance at winning the AFP. I just wouldn't be shocked given the history of the winners.
Well, this podcast is sponsoring Rachel Riley for
Yeah.
AFP. So Keanu is definitely going to get a call back for something. He is going
110 times.
Music Bites, that's foul. I'm not even putting that on screen. That's just disgusting. Stop.
They mean Rachel Riley.
Yes, yeah. Team Riley is in the surname of Rachel.
I mean, I did see Barrett is following Riley. He liked his story.
Yeah. I follow all the Riley Stan accounts, all like 2 of them.
Well, him and Catherine.
It's
posted-
Riley's main and then Riley's burner.
Him and Catherine both posted. Y'all make sure to vote for us.
Oh, cool. Do you have to post those? Do you even have to? I will say Keanu, we're talking a lot of good about Keanu. I think there's also some negative I can say about Keanu. One, he sucks at this game. He was awful every day at it. I weirdly agree that Keanu isn't a bad America's favorite player if Rachel doesn't win. I can even be okay with that. But I feel like I also need to say Keanu was kind of a jerk to a lot of people in the house. Didn't want to listen to anybody. Was condescending as hell. Scoffed at every point. Not to quote Vince, but he did. And I think he is probably one of the worst players to get America's favorite if he is to win. I must say all of that. That being said,
Cameron.
He was entertaining at times. And I will
Cameron.
probably have to leave it at that. He's Cameron? Is that what you're saying?
No, you said the worst player to get America's favorite player.
Cameron is worse. You're right. I'm sorry.
Jeff.
I take it back.
I want Keanu on MTV's The Challenge now. Like, I want him on season 42 of that show.
He will be there. He will, like, it is guaranteed. He will be there. I'm sorry.
Watch him get
Yeah.
victored.
Oh my god, like he's on one season and then never comes back.
I could
And
see
he's like-
Keanu even coming back on this show, to be honest.
Oh,
That's what I was
100%.
saying.
I
He's
think
gonna be
he
at
has
Reindeer games.
Something like
Better
that.
give him back.
Competition based, definitely.
Keanu, excuse me, Keanu definitely is gonna be back for something. Everybody likes Keanu. I think production liked Keanu. I can totally see him coming back for something. 100%.
He'll come back, and then they'll rig it for him to lose. Just like they did Rachel.
I need to see Keanu in a Pandora's box. I just need to see it.
Pandora's
Who remembers during BB18 when Glenn was DMing all of the BB accounts to vote him for AFP? I mean, I don't really remember that specifically. I do remember a lot. Sorry, Zach, I hit you with that. But I mean,
oh boy.
Yeah, believe me, this podcast was built on Joey Rodriguez, so
Yeah.
don't worry about that. Okay. Glad we spoke on Keanu for a little bit there. Let's go back to these interviews. So, biggest strengths for Keanu: social ability to connect with people, social game. Like I said, I'm no slouch on the physical side. I believe that people underestimate or look at me and seeing that he's probably a physical comp beast. They will underestimate my mental game as well. So I feel like that is a strength that will have going on. Okay.
I feel like they overestimated that.
Here's an answer that is so true for Keanu. The question is, what are your biggest weaknesses? The answer he said was, I trust people way too easily. And what he should have said was, I trust men way too easily.
Trust the wrong people way too easily.
Yeah. I like to think that I have a good read on people, but if I don't, that's definitely something that they could take advantage of. But I definitely trust too easily. Okay. I don't. That is quite as. He doesn't think anyone that has. Okay. What are you bringing to the show that nobody has seen before? Keanu said someone that is quite as charismatic. I know Brent from season 20. He was pretty charismatic, built guy, but he's definitely not nerdy like me. And I like to think of myself as a chameleon, a very well-rounded personality, so I feel like I have the ability to get along with a vast array of people in spite of what I look like. I never clocked that he was a fan of, well, one, it's not Brent, it was Brett.
I do remember this because
yes,
I
because we
remember
couldn't
us
figure out if he was talking about
saying-
Brent
Yeah,
or...
we were like, we were like, which one was he talking about? But obviously it was Brett from 20.
Yeah, it's definitely Brett. After watching Keanu for as many days, I will confirm he was talking about Brett. But it's funny that like he mentions Enzo and he mentions Brett, but also didn't know entirely about both of their games. Or knew their names, I guess. In this
thought
point.
that like Danielle and June were on the same season for some reason.
Well, that's because all he did was watch clips. Remember?
Yes, he watched the best of. Watched the best of Rachel getting yelled at by everyone.
Oh my god, he definitely saw that Brett compilation that I told you guys about the other day. Remember?
That and ChatGPT is all you need, right?
Yeah. When you look at his.
Exactly.
Speaking of which.
Speaking of what?
We need to look at his Zay's.
Oh yeah, let's go look at that.
Oh,
real quick.
Well, after Keanu. Yeah.
I feel like we've seen Keanu's twice. Oh God, I'm going everywhere.
Grey's Anatomy.
Wait, actually, Zay was going to be at the top because he was not.
Oh no, it's I. Yeah, no, it's not. It's going to be I because it's Isaiah.
Oh right.
Where are you?
Right.
My mouse is being so bad. I'll get there, Zay. Don't worry. Okay. Zay, the first person evicted from the show. What did he say? Why will you be a player to watch this season? Zay said, because I'm going to be so fun. People are not going to be able to keep their eyes off me. They're going to be logging into the live cams and watching me. As he seems to understand live feeds better than Kelly did 50 days into the game. I don't know. Eat, plot, strategize, all the good stuff. Cool. Good answer. Will you be more of a hero or villain in the house? Zay said, honestly, I want to kind of play the hero role a little bit this season just because your votes really come in clutch at the end. And my intention is to go to the end, and I don't want to make too many enemies. It's a bad answer. I wanted to play smart enough to where people respect my game, but I don't want to make so many enemies and be a villain that I don't give votes at the end. Okay. How will you crush your enemies? I'm going to crush people in multiple ways. I'm going to crush them in competitions. Didn't do that. And maybe have power that way. I'm also going to crush them mentally. I'm not afraid to backstab, blindside somebody when the timing is right. Say the R word during a chess game with Keanu, or no, with Zach, or no, wait, who was it with? Anyway,
was it Riley?
No, it wasn't Riley.
It was Keanu. No,
it was Keanu.
Yeah,
because Keanu was at least like, oh no.
He's like, oh, don't say that.
And Zay was like, that's one of the ones they told me to work on. Anyway, Zay was out first. He was also immediately called the accomplice, which also didn't help his game at all.
Oh my god, I forgot.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
It was like Riley calling Zay the accomplice. It was Zay calling Riley the accomplice, and they were in separate rooms telling everyone how each was the accomplice, and then they chose Riley or something.
And Lauren was the only one to be like, "There's an extra girl."
Yeah, she's like, maybe I should just stop talking. I don't know. It didn't seem like anyone was listening to me.
Ever since then, she just got off the wrong foot.
Everyone,
she was like, I can't.
Everyone saw that she had a correct read one time. And we're like, no, never again.
And then she's like, no one listens to me, so I'm not gonna say anything.
I guess, yeah, this time was clearly probably all the other times too, which is going to be bad for me. So, look at that screen. Anyway, Zay. Who's right above Zay here? Will, let's look at Will's. Because Will, I remember, had like here's the alliance that I want.
He wanted like a young people, old people. He actually kind of got that.
It is, okay. What's your strategy for going into the game? Will said, my strategy is to get 4 of the people on my side. I'm walking to the house targeting 4 folks, 2 females, 2 males on my team. Captain Will's team. Talk about basketball, so I guess I'm building my own basketball team. Yeah, his starting 5. Duh. So Will, I want a person who is, if not as old as me, pretty close to old as me. Could have been Rachel, maybe. Rachel was the next oldest person besides Amy, who was out of the house by week 2. So we have something in common. So we can talk about jacked up knees. We can talk about blood pressure medication. Him and Rachel did not talk about that. I want a
About their
team that does
families.
not necessarily look like me because I want to catch people off guard. You see a 6-foot, somewhat athletic black man who served in the military. You want to look at them a certain way, but my team is going to be made up of all different flavors and colors and nationalities. I remember we had like
that
this, the
Mhm.
judges.
Yeah, the judges. I mean, you have an unemployed person, a gamer girl, a reality TV star,
A
a
lawyer.
lawyer.
I
Is
know
that
she's
it?
a lawyer.
Yeah, but you didn't know that. But so Will initially had like the bond, which was with more people than his starting 5. But I remember us being like, this is kind of fitting in a way, not entirely, but like still about the amount of people he wanted. And then that didn't work out after like a week. And then we saw the judges forum, which really was, I mean, it's what really sucks about this season is that we could be sitting here being like, wow, this actually ended up working out for Will when he got into this, literally a starting 5 people in this alliance.
Yeah.
2 men, 3 women, and we don't get that anymore because within a week we had 2 judges members evicted, one of them due to a twist thrown at them on day 60. So we almost had this really cool storyline probably with Will if he would have made it far, and he could have said all of this potentially if someone wanted to drag him, but here we are.
Yeah, I remember reading that and thinking Will was going to be not long for this game. But
and it looked like he wasn't going to be. He was on the block twice at the beginning of the game.
yeah.
Started giving his eviction night speeches to people, stayed in the game, found that alliance, or just it was able to get far enough to that point where everyone else starts looking at each other and not you because they don't see you as a threat. Gave Ava that HOH win when he didn't really have to. He could have taken that power if he wanted it, but chose not to. And yeah, it's a shame that we can't be like, this is how all this panned out and just turned into a overnight. Basically, Will was basically like done with this game and tired of playing it, even though some would argue casuals that he wasn't ever playing it. I disagree. What do you think about all this, Zach, about Will and his starting 5 strategy?
I mean, he kind of got it, but it kind of fell into his lap. So
Also that. But he also like made the connections that he needed to fall in for it to fall in his lap. Like, I don't think that should ever be discounted.
yeah, that's true.
Being
That
seen
is
as
true, too.
trustworthy enough to be in an alliance like that. Yeah, I think Will sneak into that AFP top 3. Do you think? Or do you think it'll be like not Ava, but who else? Kelly?
Hell to the no. I think it will be Keanu, Rachel, and either Ava or Will.
It should be
anyone
anyway.
else. Yeah.
They gave Will enough screen time towards the latter half of his game.
Yeah, and I think people like it was like very wholesome whenever he got screen time. Like I remember he had the whole segment where he was like, "I miss my DVR."
Yeah,
Like,
that was his
like,
main line.
fast forward the conversations, and then he had like the home visit, and they had like the whole chocolate drop moment with Julie. Like I feel like Will had a lot of like wholesome, like cute moments throughout the season where he could definitely slide into that AFP slot.
Cool. I agree. I think like that. I remember like him saying the judges suck. I loved. I remember his during the
lost.
first. Yeah, when they all got out first in whatever
Yes.
HOH that was.
Yeah.
The one that Keanu won, I think. And then
Mm-hmm.
he had I loved all of his DRs during the first Vorgan edit that we had, where he's just like, Vince, just stop, man. Like if like, or especially all of his bits about like what his wife would be doing to him if he was like ever like having long hugs or anything at this house. I just love that he was a good narrator for Vorgan, and I hate that he's not still being a narrator for all of this because he would be perfect right now. Okay. Who's someone else? We don't have to talk about everyone in these preseason interviews, but who else do we want to look at?
Who haven't we?
Because we were high like on Jimmy. I remember kind of being like, I don't remember having full confidence in Jimmy off of his
Me
interview because he
neither.
just seemed kind of like soulless in his answers. or like
Mhm.
fake or just really trying. But I don't really feel like reading
What
all of
about
this. I'm sorry.
Mickey?
Mickey, that's a good person to.
Because I feel like everyone was pretty high on her. I mean, I was
Yes.
like, she was like top 5-ish for me or something like that. She wasn't like my favorite, but
I think I
just
picked her
remember
as
a lot
my
of people
favorite.
really liked her.
Okay, Mickey's interview. Why did you want to compete? No, I'm going to go to what's your strategy? So my strategy in the house is definitely going to be ChatGPT, what it told me. Definitely going to be a person that no one pays attention to in the beginning. I want to be the girl's girl. I want to be everyone's favorite,
Oh.
everyone's friend, making everyone
Oh.
feel good about themselves. I do believe that the more you ask about others and the more you invest in others allows them to feel better about themselves and see you less as a threat. So that's actually my strategy. So being all about others, being all about other people, and being someone that's in the background until it's time for me to actually be in the forefront. And when I do that, that is when I'm going to make all of my moves and make sure I come out on top.
Girl. Holy crap.
Everyone loved Mickey, I must say.
Yeah.
Everyone adored her.
In and out the house.
Mick Tater is a good nickname to have. That's only positive things come from it. Okay. Will you be more of a hero or villain in the house? I think it depends on how you look at me, right? Yeah, Mickey, it does. I think to some I might be a villain just because I am coming in being very intentional. I'm just sorry. I hate that. I think it depends on how you look at me. Yes, that is
like, yeah.
That's what the question was. I think to some I might be a villain just because I'm coming in being very intentional with my strategy and wanting people to be my friend. But then some people might think I'm a hero because at least I'm being honest about it. Think there's a good balance. So maybe I'll be a villain / hero. What a terrible answer. Stop. No one say both. No one is allowed to say both. I'm sorry.
You want to be an anti-hero?
No.
I don't even know if you're doing what I think you're doing right now, but I don't appreciate it.
What? What am I doing?
Nothing. Why will you win Big Brother?
Anti-villain?
Yeah. What did nothing. Nothing. I'll tell you later. I definitely will be the one that will win Big Brother just because I want it bad enough. And I do think that me being here aligns with the purpose of being a winner. I don't lose. And win is pretty much in the middle of my name. Wait, what? Do you mean your middle name? I don't remember reading that part.
Me neither.
Wait.
I don't lose, and win is pretty much in the middle of my name.
Who's this?
Mickey.
What?
What does that mean?
Mickey?
It's pretty much in the middle of my name. What is her middle name? Do we know?
That's what I think that's what she meant to say, but it came out as win is pretty much just in the middle of my name. I don't know. Maybe she had a reason to say that.
What is her last name? Why do I not know that? Lee. Oh, it's definitely not the last name. Mickey Win Lee. That's her name.
What are your biggest strengths? I'm very charming. I'm a charmer. I think I'm very, very intentional. I am very perfectly. I am very good at observing others and reading people very well and quickly. Oh, sorry, Trill. I didn't mean to put your message up. I accidentally clicked it, but highlighted. I wouldn't want to stroke her ego. She can stay home though is accurate for Mickey. Yeah. I agree also, Joseph. Mickey is definitely a villain. Wouldn't mind seeing again. I would argue that part. Like, I will say she is an unrelenting villain. Like, I think she is now aware of it, and I think her her responses on like Twitter have said as much. She basically said, "Oh, I get attention for being the villain. I'll gladly be the villain." You know?
Yeah, I will say I don't like. I'm not a fan of Mickey, obviously, but I do like that she's like kind of embracing it to an extent. I like that she didn't come out of the house and immediately was like, I'm so sorry for everything I said. And like, you know, like come up with this like fake BS apology that like no one's gonna believe. And then come online and try to do a whole like 360 or 180, I guess I mean. Instead, she's kind of just like, yeah. Oh yeah, I drank the juice from the fridge. And what? Like I'm gonna take a picture of it and set it as my profile picture now. It's like very like Like, she doesn't care. And I appreciate that. I feel like that's refreshing, because I feel like a lot of the times people come out and they immediately are like, I'm so sorry. I love Rachel. I did not mean to talk about her and this, that, whatever. And Mickey's like, no, I don't like her. And I don't like her children neither. Like, you know, like she just
Yeah.
kind of like double downs on like everything she did in the house. And I think that that's different from like how it's been in the past.
It's
So-
crazy how many people want to, or especially with Mickey, like, I think Unlocked, when she was like, I'm blocking Morgan. That's the first thing
Yeah.
I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like, what? Morgan, it wasn't
Okay.
even the problem for you, I
Yeah.
don't think. Or just
it's-
like unwilling to see her own things that she did in the game.
Yeah. It's very weird. And like I said, I'm not really a fan of hers, but I appreciate her not like, you know, trying to like hide or like, you know, give us some like fake explanation as to why she did things. Like, no, she's kind of just like hashtag McTaters. It's like, okay, girl, like go do your thing. Like, but I will not be partaking. So
Also, her tweets initially coming out of the house were also giving ChatGPT for anyone who was reading them. It was very much the template with like the just hey everybody, 3 emojis dash I'm out of the
Dash.
house let's see who can get me to 10,000 followers, another emoji. Don't get her to 10,000 followers. I beg everybody.
No.
Stop. Don't do that. Don't let house guests do this to you when they get out of the house. They don't deserve your time or attention when they do stuff like this. Stop
we didn't
it.
like them. Remember that. So
Don't let people get in that house and say things like, I'm just ready for all the opportunities that are coming my way. Can't wait for those. Anyone who says that, stop.
Yeah.
Get away from them. Let them go
She
on
just
their
wants to-
Instagram lives for 5 years straight.
Remember,
She's
Exactly.
catering our meetup.
Right.
Oh, well, I take everything
Right.
back. Never mind.
Remember what she said in her exit press, talking about let's get those opportunities rolling or whatever the hell it was. Like, I always like flash back to that when I think of her, and I'm like, unbooked. I
Yeah.
hope you remain that way, because no.
Yeah. But you're right though, Nick. I think the positives to say about Mickey when she was in the house was that, like, in my mind, like, she was a good villain character and weirdly still aligned with people that we were rooting for up until
Right.
the end, which is very unaware that they were going against her, which is such a
Yeah.
weird place in the game. I don't know. I don't think we'll see a lot of like Mickeys in the game again, where we were so wrong about them and they still were really like good at maintaining power in a way, but also just like personality wise were completely the opposite of what they presented themselves as. Well, and guess in Mickey's case being the charmer, she was not the charmer.
She was definitely not the charmer.
She could not offend people every time she had a conversation with them, it seemed. But okay, Mickey was a great choice to look at. Who else? I mean, there's Rachel. We didn't even have Rachel's interviews until after the season started.
We didn't. That's
And I think it'll just make me sad looking at it now.
Yeah, and I can't believe they actually even did them with her. That's like,
I know. We read a little bit of Riley's earlier. I'm not too keen on reading other parts of his. His thoughts on the showmance were good enough. We read Vince's.
That was a beautiful thing from what he said.
Maybe Zach. We could look at Zach. Love is a beautiful thing. Yeah. Zach talked a lot, apparently. Forgot about this.
He did.
What should be open to a showmance? I'm gonna look at this one real quick. So I'm gearing up for very beautiful women to come into the house. I hate this show. Now I will say this. My mom is very religious and she's Filipino, and she told me, Zach, if I see you even sleeping next to another girl when you get back to our house, I'm going to murder you. So I have that in the back of my head when it comes to a showmance. But look, I already told her, I said I'm going to do whatever it takes to win the $750,000. And if I do happen to find love in the process, I'm more than thrilled. Okay.
That's fine.
Zach's still banking on love outside of the house, it seems. What are your biggest strengths? I feel like I'm very confident in myself when it comes to being a very athletic person, being someone that can be the center of the room to really start conversations. I feel like I am that person. Weaknesses, I also know that the way I can play can be a threat. if you are somebody that is too far out there when it comes to trying to interact with people, if you are the person that is trying to start the alliance, people can perceive that as a threat. Okay. I don't really care about this. All right. I do remember Zach coming off as this guy. But I still feel like I remember us being really high on him. But like still seeing the Matt comparison.
Yeah, I remember calling him like Dollar Store Matt or something like that, and I was very not about it.
And here
But
we
my
are
opinion on
today.
him flipped.
Yeah, opinion on him flipped inside the house, and then he left,
Yeah.
and now he's like back to Dollar Store Matt. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Dollar Store Matt.
Okay. I don't really care to look much more at Zach's. Is there anybody else that we really are just like that you're really curious? Are you curious about Lauren's answers? Or Kelly? We need to look at Kelly too.
Oh God, Kelly.
Let's look at our double eviction victims, and then we can be done. Lauren, real quick. Secret weapon in the house, Lauren. My secret weapon is that I can be close to people. I can't remember if this was the answer I read earlier. I'm also a really good observer and learner, so I might sort of take a back seat, listen to conversations. Yeah, I did. How do you think you'll be perceived in the game? I'm 22 years old, so I am a pretty young house guest, but I feel like being young, I can sort of use that to my advantage. I think a lot of people are going to think that I'm just like this sweet young girl who wants to be on TV, but what they won't know is that I'm an absolute super fan and will do whatever it takes to win. We'll do whatever it takes to win. We'll do whatever it takes to win.
Right.
Okay. Weaknesses. What did Lauren say was her weaknesses going to the game? I think going to the game is going to be sort of I'm sort of a very empathetic person, and I'm a very bad liar as well. True. So I think that might be one of my weaknesses. I don't remember her really lying at any point in this game.
Nope.
And if she did, it was like 30 seconds of pause before she said the lie very quietly to the person that she was lying to. Okay. Very competitive person. I mean, she won competitions. She did thrive in competitions. That was accurate. I also love talking to and connecting with people. Lies. So I feel like my social game, unless she just meant like Riley and Catherine and Kelly and Vince.
Right.
And Ava.
And Zach.
And Zach, yeah.
Zach for a little bit, I guess.
She didn't talk to Will the entire game, for the record. Practically.
Yeah.
I can't remember. There was a person in 25 that didn't talk to Felicia for like the entire game, and I can't remember who it was. But I remember being absolutely like floored when Felicia was like, I have not talked to this person, I swear, at all. It may have been like Cameron, or it was someone like really late in the game. I don't know. Maybe someone else remembers.
I don't remember that.
But I'm always fascinated by people who can play this game for 2 months and not talk to people that are also playing.
Bowie Jane, like.
It may have, honestly, it may have been Bowie Jane too. It may have been both of them, for all I know.
I think it was Bowie Jane.
Fucking Bowie Jane.
Maybe Blue?
I don't think it was Blue.
Is like, Blue isn't that deep in jury, though. I feel like, I don't know, a little bit.
Okay. Kelly Jorgensen. The person we were trying to figure out why she was on the show.
Tuck Tuck 69.
Yes. Biggest strengths from Kelly. Definitely my social skills and my ability to read people. Okay. That is a great answer. Biggest weaknesses. My weakness is definitely going to be competitions. I'm not super competitive. Not that it's going to stop me from winning, of course, but not super competitive, and I need to win this thing. I'm also very clumsy, so I have a feeling competitions are not going to be my strong suit. I mean, she stayed by winning competitions, so that was a misread on Kelly's part. Let's see. How will you crush your enemies? I'm definitely going to kill them with kindness. Okay.
Oh.
I'm going to bring to the show this weird, quirky energy. I'm going to be everyone's hype woman. I'm here to hype up all my house guests, and I'm going to be everyone's friend.
God, shut up.
And she was not any of those things and didn't really
No.
do any of those things besides the weird, quirky energy,
Yeah.
I guess, is what she brought.
Weird,
Oh,
creepy
I just
energy.
made a wrong click, apparently,
Whoa.
and took it everywhere. Okay. Sorry about that. What's your strategy? So when I'm traveling, I like to say the best way is to go out with no plan at all. And so that's sort of how I'm entering the Big Brother house. I forgot she said that. I've only seen the 1 or 2 seasons, and it was 1, I'm sure. And I think having a fresh perspective is going to help a lot. Why 1 or 2 seasons? Why is it
I know.
or?
And then I think, like, what?
It's this one. It
or
was
2?
1, and that season was 26. My
Yeah.
strategy is to lay low for the first few weeks and hopefully make it till jury. Did not work out. Lay low. You offered to go on the block every week. Okay. And hopefully make it all the way. If I can rely on the social aspect and the friends that I make, they're going to have a really hard time voting me off. I just know it. None of this panned out. None of it. Wow.
None of that. Do they have any like favorite players or any like where it says like what is your like experience with this, like something about like her level of fan or something like that?
What makes
Some of
Big
the other
Brother
ones have
such a
that.
successful show? I think that's the closest thing we have.
Damn. Because she didn't watch it. That's why she can't answer those questions.
Yeah, she may have been asked them and they were that bad. So, okay. She said, so this year being the 25th anniversary of Big Brother, you can tell that it's a long running show because of the drama and the social aspect. Oh my God. And that's what I'm here for too. I'm so excited to see how me and my fellow house guests get along, just like watching the show. How do you not have more to say? I'm so bad at this.
Oh my God, I knew this would make me annoyed.
This made us mad, I'm sure, before the season, but I feel like how we view these things is always just like, well, we don't know.
Oh my God. Look at her hero or villain answer.
If I'm a villain on this show, something has gone very wrong. I am definitely not a villain. I don't know. I don't know that I'll necessarily be a hero, but a villain comes to mind for Kelly. Something has gone very wrong.
Yeah,
Oh.
girl, yourself.
Well,
you were what went wrong.
If anyone is on Blue Sky, actually, I'm not even gonna say what this one user calls her on Blue Sky, but it's so funny. And is taken. It's everyone else. Okay, I'm gonna say it. This is bad. There is a user on Blue Sky who refers to Kelly with every single time as a weird little fuck, and it is like taken Blue Sky by storm. So, which I mean, I feel like Kelly would weirdly be okay with.
No, I agree. I think she would be too.
It's probably better than irritating, which is what she says now. But I always think of that now every time I hear the word or think of Kelly. Is that user? All right. I don't have much else to look at for Kelly, and honestly, don't have much to look at for anybody else. And to keep us from going 3 hours, I'm going to say this is the end of our preseason interview segment. Okay. Let's do our final winner picks. Talk about bracketology, and then we can be done. Okay. I'm gonna go to me first. So, all over the place, as we've said, with my picks. Last week I went with Morgan, the easy choice. I would still go with Morgan right now if we wanted to do official winner picks, if we wanted to say a final one. But I think it's probably kind of useless since we know who has the far majority percentage to win this game. And I would stick with Morgan if I had another pick, but that's kind of pointless to say right now. But yeah. Nick, I'm assuming you would also go with Morgan?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like sandwiched together. Like, isn't that kind of funny? I like kind of started out with her, and then I was like, let me explore, see what else is out there. And then I said, you know what? We're going back home. So
yes, I think this is
Morgan's
very
winning the
impressive,
game.
Nick. You've picked Morgan 4, technically 5 if you wanted to say this week you would have picked her too. But the fact that you had Morgan on this board 4 times, and 2 of them were the first 2 weeks of the game, I know she's kind of had quite the all over the place season, but I think this is really impressive that you picked Morgan that first 2 weeks. I think you should take this screenshot and take it with you for forever and ever.
I'm gonna tweet this to her and say, look, girl, I was there from the jump. Just
Yeah.
saying.
when we talked to Chelsea at the party, we were like, we knew you were winning pretty early on, and now you have literally the graphic proof here that
I do.
you knew it for Morgan too. So
I do. And not only I don't want to toot my own horn, but I also had Ava and Vince who are still in the house too.
you have 3 of the top 4
We
here.
also had Zach.
Okay, I had one person who didn't make it to the jury.
I don't think anyone was
ask-
arguing with that pick though.
Right. We said, if I remember vividly, in week 3 of this podcast, we said Zach and Vince are going to be the final 2 of this game.
We did.
And nothing else is going to change my opinion.
I don't know
on
if this was
that.
we. I think this was you and Barrett.
It was a we conversation. Zach was not an idiot back then, but
Nonetheless,
Whatever.
Nick, even if Morgan does not win this game, I will declare you as the winner overall of the winner picks, just based on the fact that you have
thank you.
Morgan and Vince and Ava on here, who are probably going to be the final 3. If we're doing an average of who could win, I think you have won this one. And lastly, it's tough. It's tough to put this slide up. It's really tough. Zach's winner pick all season.
Crazy.
Lauren.
Zach,
And-
you need to tweet this to Lauren, actually. I don't got to tweet my last thing to Morgan. You got to tweet this to Lauren. Show her
I'll
how
give you
dedicated you were.
I'll give you credit. Like, Zach, you get second place in the winner picks of this year. I would gladly take last place, like I'm going to for bracketology as well. But the fact that you picked Lauren and she wasn't even on the block until this past week, like, I'll take it. That's
Yeah.
impressive. Lauren, I don't think would have been a great winner of this season. But nonetheless, I am impressed that you picked her for that many weeks and nothing kept happening to her. So anything to say about Lauren and your winner picks, if she's watching?
I mean, it took a literal siren to get into Vince's ear to finally put her up. And I mean, props to Morgan. I do think if she ends up winning, she'd be a good winner for this season. But I stuck by her through and through. She won a blockbuster, but then she got put up again and just wasn't able to pull it out. Last year I picked Leah. This year I picked Lauren. I feel like we're pretty good, but they just always end up getting screwed over by their allies. So
Yeah, that's a good point. You've had Leah last year for a good portion, and she was taken out because someone convinced one of her allies to put her on the block. And this year you picked Lauren, who got out because one of her allies. Well, actually, that wasn't that week, but you had her main ally putting her on the block right before she got evicted, so it was almost way too similar. But
and her main ally's ally putting her on the block.
yeah. Yes, exactly. But yeah, I think it was kind of scaring me a little bit. I was kind of like, is Zach really gonna pick Lauren and she's gonna skate all the way to finale somehow? And then of course, if she was like there with Vince, pull out the win, I was gonna be so mad if that happened.
I would have loved it.
Because there's no reason Lauren should have like win equity, but except for this season where she could have. Or maybe like that Jordan Lloyd trajectory if Jordan was never in a showmance, you know?
She has a Derek Levasseur argument, like in a season with 3 nominees. Listen, let me finish. In a season where there's 3 nominees each week and potential for renoms, it took her 9 weeks to get put on the block. That is very hard to do.
Look, I'm not arguing with that, but to compare it to Derek is great.
What? That's the old that. Who else?
You're not. I know you can't compare Lauren to Derek. Derek beat Lauren in a word count alone in one day of his season than Lauren did the entire time she was in the house.
I mean,
like
there's other people who went like the whole season without going on the block.
Nicole Franzel.
No.
Terrell, you were right, and you need to keep us in line. Okay.
Yeah, I hard agree with you, Terrell. Thank you.
Well, who else? Like Nicole didn't go up until week 9 or Let me see.
I wish I would have had more time to think about this. I did not think you were going to compare Lauren to Derek Levasseur, though. I could have had a way better counter argument to this. And it's hard to like, because you can't tell, like, you can't say Lauren is like someone that they just dragged to the end, because she had 2 HOHs. Like, she was actually winning competition, so you can't say she was like not to go 16 again. You can't say she's just dragged like Victoria in 16, because she actually was in alliances and was actually winning competitions. It was just like she wasn't saying anything during any of this. She wasn't actually wanting to have the uncomfortable move. She wasn't actually wanting to, I don't know, play the game like she needed to be playing it.
Nicole didn't get put up until
didn't stop talking.
Nicole didn't get put up until week 12.
Mm-hmm.
In what season?
Jameson is done with you, Zach. I love it.
Well, Terrell literally just compared her to Danielle Reyes, so
Terrell.
I don't think that's what Terrell's doing.
I don't think that's what Terrell's doing either. So let's chill.
Okay, then who else can we compare it to? Like a player who made it far but never got nominated.
Not Derek Levasseur.
Don't think Derek Levasseur a good one.
Who else?
Give me other people. Name other people.
Dan Giesling, BB14.
No, stop it. Lauren was in solitary confinement and then came out and did her funeral.
She had her own funeral.
Do you remember when Lauren swore on her grandfather's cross and gave it to Keanu?
Andy Heron.
I also agree, Jameson. Why even compare? Lauren and can we just say Lauren is in a league of her own in terms of how she played this game?
Yeah.
There still has to be. You have to.
Why does there have to be a comparison?
I'm not saying no. I'm just saying there has to be like an acknowledgement of the fact that she had a good enough social game to not get put on the block when there are 3 nominees every single week.
And I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm disagreeing with comparing her to Derek Levasseur, because that's crazy.
Yeah.
I think that Lauren does deserve that credit for not going on the block for all of those times. Because I've been saying that too. I have been sitting here saying Lauren has literally not gone on the block ever. And it's crazy how like her whole alliance keeps walking out the door, but yet no one's even putting her on the block. And I agree with that. I think she was very underestimated. But I don't think that she is Dan Giesling 2.0. Like, I'm sorry, Zach.
Well,
I'm gonna say that we shouldn't even have to say that out loud.
I know.
I didn't even say that she was.
And I'm the one that gets like the crap for rooting for like the hot girl all the time, and yet Zach's over here comparing Lauren to Dan and Derek. This is crazy.
Who else? Who else can y'all compare her to? Avoided the block that long?
Nobody.
I think she's somewhere in between, like someone who's completely useless who doesn't win competitions and someone who actually like wants to strategize. She did win competitions, but she's one of the least impactful people I've seen ever win competitions.
She got rid of her own allies.
She never wanted to use her power for anything but staring at the TV screen while she like half-assedly nominated people. She had to drag Vince into her HOH room to be like, what do I do? What do I do, Vince? I don't know who to nominate. Like, that was how Lauren played the game. And then she got scared. Look, why did we tweet out Lauren is scared updates at every point if she was so ready to play the game? I forgot about all the Derek Levasseur and Dan Giesling telling people how fearful they were at every single point of the game. What the fuck are you talking about?
All I did was compare her to them because of how long they went without getting nominated. That's it.
And I was trying to compliment you for that, and then you started throwing out, oh, maybe we should consider Lauren as the Mount Rushmore of Big Brother players.
I did not say that. I did not say that.
Might as well have. Okay.
Oh, it was good.
Anyway, winner picks. Nick won. I lost.
Cool
Zach, you got second place here. Take it, please. You could have been way worse off.
Picking Lauren all season.
Zach, I think your winner picks were really good picks for some. Like, she didn't get nominated.
Yeah. Like
The season's just full of bad people that will never be compared to any of these other house guests.
Well, didn't you compared someone to Dan? I forgot who.
I think I compared I think I said Kelly doing things normally in the house is how people felt about Dan when he was doing things as America's player that didn't make sense.
Yes.
But that's just how Kelly plays the game normally. So
Oh my god.
because I remembered in
Also
10 when
didn't
people are like, why is Dan acting weird? But it's just Kelly. That's how they are for Kelly when she's just normally playing the game and making moves. Okay. Anyway, fun winter picks this season. I can't wait for next year. And moving
Did we say
on.
yours?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I was basically like mine were kind of terrible, and then I picked
Okay.
Morgan.
Yeah, I remember that.
Bracketology. Nick, I'm gonna declare you the winner of this one too. I don't think there's any way anyone catches up. So congratulations. Just like our winner picks, Nick,
Thank
you win.
you.
Zach, you get second. I'm declaring, and then this one's more number based though, so we can't argue with this. And then I get last place. Yay!
I guess I'm picking Morgan.
So everyone in the
confidence.
future opinions go through Nick on this podcast.
There you
Nick,
go.
it's
I'm
yours to
always
lose in
right.
the future.
Yeah, I'm always right until I'm really wrong. So I don't know. We'll see. But I am kind of shocked about this one, I guess. Because I kind of would just like pick the same people like over and over again. And I guess it worked out. I mean, Morgan started winning things and I was like, all right, I'm gonna just keep picking her, and then here we are. So
Yeah. I thought this was the first time I really gotten to do this form of, fantasy. We've always done drafts in the
Yeah.
past, or whenever we feel like doing drafts, we've done drafts, I guess. This year, I think this was a good pivot. One, because we kind of ran out of time to do a draft. But Zach,
because
I'm
they
really
like to
glad
give us
you
the cast,
wanted to do
like,
this.
right before the premiere, and it's like, okay, like let's
And then we couldn't
rush to
have-
do everything in 2 days.
Right.
Then we thought Roxy was gonna be on, and then we're like, well, we gotta do a draft whenever Roxy's on, and then Roxy got called to the Nether region.
She
The
got called
Nether
take
to
Julie's
test screen to
job,
be the new host.
remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Humane says, I picked Morgan as winner in preseason and I still hate this season so much. That's valid too. I mean,
That
just
is
because you
valid.
have a really good point and you're on point doesn't mean you have to be okay with that. Sometimes you just know. I mean, I don't think
agree.
Nick picking Morgan in weeks 1 and 2, I don't think you thought that the season was going to be what it was by the time you were picking Morgan in weeks 9 and 10.
Absolutely not. No. No way. I just thought Morgan was very low key.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
All right.
Besides that, Jimmy week.
Oh,
that's why-
yeah, don't
that's
even
why I
remind
stopped
me about
picking
it.
her. So
I don't even want to think about that Morgan anymore.
Oh, how times have changed.
I know. I should have changed this to more God for this slide. I don't know why I keep just putting a
God,
regular
yes.
her
Oh my
yeah,
God,
her legal
when
name.
there's
She needs her God-given name.
When there's 2 Morgans that have one big brother, and I stand both of them. Wow.
Yeah, when we sit here on Sunday night, I'm assuming that's when we're doing this next podcast. I haven't even talked about that with y'all. But if you want
Is
to
the
go
finale
live
Sunday?
after finale, yeah,
Yeah.
This Sunday?
this Sunday.
I don't know why I felt like longer.
No, just this
Nope.
Sunday, and then we got Amazing Race, or we have Survivor starting tomorrow night, correct?
Yes.
And
Yes.
Zach, you're gonna be live after Survivor or during a watch party, right?
Yes, during.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we need to plug that real quick? Because I
Yeah, we
kind of
can.
all right,
Uh,
plug it.
Yeah. Do you want me to say it, or I mean,
Please.
I can. So one of the fans of the pod, Ty, Ty Screams is his name. He goes live on Twitch and YouTube, all the things, and he has graciously asked me, and I believe he wanted. I don't know if he reached out to Nick too, but we will be joining him during the show, talking in between about things during the commercials and things like that. But yeah, we will be doing that whenever the show starts. I'll make sure to post it in the Discord, and if anyone wants to come in, feel free.
Perfect. That's so fun. And Ty's also in our Discord, so
Yes.
Yes.
that'll be
We're
great.
also going to be podcasting over it.
Oh yeah, I forgot you. We are now podcasting over Survivor and Amazing Race, apparently, even though we've not discussed when we're doing either of those things. But you know, and Trell, to answer your question, this is not our last show. We'll be live after the finale, so come join us for that too. And we have not hit 3 hours yet, and I feel the need to probably end it before that happens. It'd be our shortest podcast of the year, 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Oh my god.
I don't think I have anything else that I left off from this past week anyway, so I'm very comfortable ending it here if y'all are.
Let's do it. Yes,
Yeah.
Robin. Oh my gosh, Robin Cass.
Yeah, Robin Cass is here.
Oh my god.
Thanks, Eli. Okay, let's turn on Islands in the Stream. Or we'll wait the 10 seconds that it takes for Islands in the Stream to actually start playing after I click it.
Oh, you didn't cue it up.
Okay, there it is. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. If you joined us for the past 2 hours and 45 minutes, we appreciate it a ton. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Obviously, we'll be back after the finale if you want to come join us then, or you can catch us after the fact, whether it's here live or after the fact audio only, or here on YouTube, whatever you want. Those links are always in the description below if you don't know where to find us. Our Discord group, like Zach was saying, you can join that. That link is also in the description. Our Facebook group, if you want to talk about Big Brother even more. I should also mention our Discord is for all reality TV, whatever show you're into. Nick did a great job at adding more and more. So whatever you feel the need to talk about, we have a bunch of great people in our Discord right now. I think any of us and people in our Discord would be happy to talk to you about Big Brother, Survivor, Amazing Race, Housewives, whatever you want. So yeah, feel free. And also follow any of us on Blue Sky, Twitter, TikTok. I can't remember what all I put down there, but you can find us wherever you need to. Nick, Zach, thank you so much for joining me again. Thank you for joining me this entire season. Thank you for your winner picks, whether rational or irrationally choosing them, you know. Zach, I love you, for the record. I would like everyone to know. But yeah, that's all we got. Is there anything else I need to add? No, probably not. Big Brother 27 is almost over. Yay! Zach, say the thing you always say.
Perception is reality. Our reality.
Goodbye, everyone.